bullying me. You want to run and hide.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Is everything working? Yay, everything's working. Hello everybody, what's good to you, and welcome back to G8RStreams. Today we're playing through Super Paper Mario, which is a game that we've been Let's Playing for the past couple of months, but we haven't played on G8RStreams, so that's going to be pretty fun. So today we're going to be recording footage that will be used for the upcoming Flipside Pit of 100 Trials episode for the Let's Play. Now, those of you who may have been watching my Breath of the Wild videos may be familiar with the setup where we are doing something similar with the Korok seeds in that Let's Play. Because during Breath of the Wild, how that's working is we'll stream the footage for the Koroks themselves, and then edit them into a montage for the Let's Play. That's kind of what we'll be doing here as well, where we're going to stream the recording session for attempting the Pit of 100 Trials, and we're going to edit it into a montage for the Let's Play itself. Now, I've never finished the Pit of 100 Trials on my own time. There's 3 in the game, and I've never finished any of them. I haven't even played 2 of them, so I don't know if I'm going to be streaming the other ones, but we're definitely going to try with the Flipside Pit of 100 Trials. So, without further ado, let's play! So, real quick, I just would like to mention something that you may have noticed if you're looking at the intermission. So, the spinning gator logo on the corner of the screen is a new addition that we'll be adding to streams going forward. I was really happy with how that turned out, and if I feel like it, I might show a tutorial a little bit later on how I actually did that. So that's going to be pretty fun. Now, the thing about that, though, is that is something we'll be doing in streams going forward, but it's not actually going to be something we'll be doing that much during this stream. I'm going to this place, I don't want to go here. Go away. That spinning gator logo is going to stay on screen for the actual part of this video where we're going to attempt the Pit of 100 Trials. It's only on there right now to show that it is something that's going to happen. What I'm planning on doing is, I'm planning on making a border later down the line. So for things like random number gaming and things like that, we'd have like a proper border showing things like what's going to be coming up next on the lineup and things like that. Basically, I want to give these streams a bit more of a fancy touch, and also having the spinning gator logo on screen will also help make it so people don't steal my footage. I thankfully never had to deal with that problem, but I know that it can be an issue with people being rude like that. But we're just going to be doing some quick setup real quick so we can actually make sure everything is working and to make sure we have some good items and things like that. So we're going to be selling some items real quick. What can I get rid of? I am never going to use that. It's probably not a good item to use considering what we're dealing with going forward. I don't want to deal with that because I don't want to have my damage I don't want my damage to be halved or anything like that. That could be useful, that could be useful. We're going to keep the rest of these, and we're going to use the rest of bad mushrooms. Okay. We're at a point right now in the game where we could go to the other hub world, but I'm not going to show it on stream for people who are still catching up with the Let's Play who haven't seen that yet. Because in terms of uploading stuff, we haven't finished Chapter 4 yet, but in terms of recording, I'm going to start recording Chapter 5 pretty soon. Which, speaking of which, I do have something I would like to say. So, pretty soon, in terms of recording stuff, we're going to be approaching a character who will ask Mario what his favorite word is. And this is something that on my Twitter, I'm going to have my viewers vote for what kind of stuff we can say. we've already had some pretty good suggestions like Well Mail and Splatoon and some pretty great stuff like that. So my window is open. You can probably hear people in the background. I'll close that in a moment after I finish my train of thought. So the thing is, if you haven't seen that yet, or if you'd like to submit stuff, you have until the end of the week to make suggestions, because I'm going to be recording Chapter 5 this weekend after finals are over. So that's going to be pretty fun. Now real quick, I'm just going to look over the stream to make sure everything's working okay. Hello, Mini Minchino, how are you doing? Yeah, we're playing through Super Paper Mario, and we're going to attempt the Flipside Pit of Under Trials, and it's going to be awesome! Yay! Alright, just going to look over the stream real quick to make sure everything's working. Okie dokie, everything seems to be working okay. Gonna turn audio back on. Alrighty then. Nimachino says, doing alright, just hanging out. Thank you for coming to the stream, I really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get this... Actually, wait before you start. So yeah, this new logo, this spinning gator logo thingy, that is something we're going to have on stream going forward, but because it's going to be used for Let's Play, we're going to turn that off for now. Let me know in the stream chat if you'd like to see a tutorial on how I made that logo a little bit later, because it's I like 3D modeling. Alright, so for the Let's Play, usually if I record footage for a Let's Play on stream, I'll start a Let's Play commentary, but for the Let's Play, we're going to be doing post-commentary over all this with stream highlights, so we're not going to be doing that. Instead, we're going to read this in Flipside, Pit of 100 Trials. Danger, do not enter Flipside City Hall. We're going to enter anyway. Once you enter, it's not easy to leave. Do you want to go in? Bring it on! Now, my history with Flipside Pit of 100 Trials is kind of interesting. So, basically what the Flipside Pit of 100 Trials is, this is basically like a gauntlet of enemies. It's going to get progressively difficult as time goes on and things like that. And the basic idea is there's going to be a locked key somewhere, and your job is to murder everybody in cold blood until you find the key. Now, the thing is, the types of enemies are usually going to be the same. You think this is something along the lines of Captain Toad Tries Trackers, Mummy Maze Forever, if you ever played that game. So, that brings back some fond memories. So we're going to continue on through this area, and I believe the furthest I've ever gotten was, I want to say like halfway through at least. So my favorite strategies is in tight quarters like this. That was easy. In tight quarters like this, I like to use Berry to attack so that I don't have to worry about jumping too much. But otherwise, I prefer having Carry on hand because, we'll probably don't say this. There's a really great strategy where if you have Bowser and if you have Carry and if you have them together, then Bowser will be able to move faster than Mario and Peach's walking animation. And they'll also have these super amazing powers of burning everything in sight. These pipes will take you to the opposite sides of the wall, So that's pretty cool. You also only have like 5 minutes to go through all these areas, so you want to make sure you're using your time effectively. And there's a car outside. I forgot to close the window. We're gonna see some new enemies. That was the that was the easiest room ever. All right, so what was I saying a moment ago? Sorry, the siren in the background's kind of distracting me. Okay, that's gonna bother me. I'm gonna close that window. Yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Is everything working okay? Yes, it is. Mini Machino says, heck yeah, smiley face. I really don't come around often enough, honestly. I really appreciate you coming by. But if anybody else is watching the stream, definitely go check out Mini Machino's streams as well. She's been playing through Wind Waker HD and things like that. And we played Splatoon 2 not too long ago, and that was a lot of fun. I'll say, that room just gave it to you. Yeah, that room was really easy. So a couple strategies I'd like to recommend for this area. I already went over the Bowser carry strategy, which would probably be a great one to use in this area. You can also use a Peach as well, because her Parasol will be very useful for some of the more difficult rooms a little bit later down the line. Now, there is another party member we have not met yet in the game. I don't know if that particular character would be all that useful going forward. This area right here, I'm going to use Peach, because her Parasol is going to be pretty great against defending against these pink clouds of death. I was really hoping that one would have the key, so I wouldn't have to fight the other things. If that's not a good option though, then Barry's gonna be pretty great too. So basically, what I'm trying to say is make sure you have Barry before coming in here. Oh, darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, gosh, darn it all to heck. Alright, flip over to Mario. And go down here. So, you may have noticed the aesthetics of the rooms and things like that, where they kind of look like Game & Watches. They kind of have like that style and things like that, and that's always really fun. These jerks right here, these are like the death of me every time that I go through these things. You definitely don't want to take too much damage early on, because you're only limited to the healing items that you bring into this place. I don't remember off the top of my head if any of the treasure chests you find here have anything like that. I know you get treasure chests as you go across this area, but I don't know how often that happens. Because I know in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, they kind of trick you. There are 50 floors in that game, in that thing. So for the 10th and 20th floor, they have a rest floor. And I remember my first playthrough, on the 30th floor, I took a break and left the game on pause and left the room to go make myself a sandwich. And the game, that wasn't a restroom, that was just like a regular room. So as I'm leaving the room and getting the food ready, I hear in the background the game over screen. I was like, wait, what? What just happened? What just happened? And Captain Toad died when I was out of the room, because it wasn't a rest floor and there were enemies still spawning. And that was not a very pleasant experience. If I remember correctly, during that Let's Play, it took like 2 weeks to record all the footage for that. Because if you haven't played Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, the Mummy Maze Forever is like absolutely brutal in terms of difficulty. And then they made another one in the DLC, which isn't nearly as bad, but still, they made another one of those things. I don't think we've seen a green cloud enemy before. I do believe they always drop the dried up mushroom, which is not really that great of an item. I think it's more suited for recipes and things like that. But we haven't gone over recipes yet during the Let's Play. I don't know when we're going to do that, though. Because whenever I think about it, there's also something else going on during intermissions that I kind of want to focus on more, and I don't want to have too many videos going over intermissions and things like that. All right, this is a rest area. So if we take this pipe, we can leave the Pit of 100 Trials, but it's a one-way trip. So if we leave to go heal or anything like that, then we have to go around the long way to come back to where we are. That's not exactly the most pleasant experience in the world. But through every rest area, you'll be given a rare card. Now, I believe these cards are going to be the same every time, so that's definitely something you want to keep in mind. And I lost my train of thought, so we'll continue on with a different topic so it's not awkward. Also, you have like 5-minute limit every time you go through this area, every room, so you want to keep that in mind. Owie, that hurt my feelings and the rest of my body. Who's texting me while I'm making videos? Okay, I guess it was Spike Goombas. Oh, I remember something else I was going to say earlier. So, there are going to be some enemies in this area that we haven't seen yet out in the overworld, and I believe the Bit of 100... First enemy, that's sweet. That was easy. So, there are definitely going to be some enemies here that we haven't seen in the regular campaign, and I do believe some enemies only ever appear during the Pit of 100 Trials. I don't remember off the top of my head. Wait, can we even fight these things? Yes, we can. Okay. I was worried that we'd need a pixel we don't have yet. Thankfully, that's not the case. And thankfully, we can also defeat these guys. I believe they're called Slurps, and they're like the funniest things ever. Let's go over there. Take care of you. I believe you take two... Nope, you just take one. I'm thinking of another enemy that appears in Chapter 5. Owie! Owie! Rude! That hurt my feelings. How dare you? You're not invited to my birthday party. You're not invited to any party. You're not even allowed to Thanksgiving. And if you heard we were mode vibrating, then that's a little on the unfortunate side, because I forgot to turn it off before recording. Let's take care of these guys first. Just in case these ones have what we need. Nope. Okay, I should just continue onward. Pit key, yay! Looking over the chat. He says, I tried the demo for Captain Toad. It was interesting. Debated on getting the game myself, but I never got around to it. I definitely recommend it. It's a really fun game. It's actually like my favorite Mario spin-off. If you do get it, then I definitely recommend getting the Switch version, because that's definitely the definitive edition. The Wii U version is also pretty great too, and there's some exclusive levels in that were never released for Switch or 3DS. But they're basically going through some 3D World levels again, except you're playing as Captain Toad instead of Mario. So it is kind of fun, but it's also kind of lame because you're basically going through the same levels over and over again. There's not really a whole lot that's different. So I definitely... excuse me, that's gross. I definitely prefer the exclusive levels they have in the Switch version, because on Switch they have levels. They have like a complete original levels based off Mario Odyssey, and they even have a DLC chapter which has some of my favorite levels in the entire game. So that's pretty fun. There's like a running gag on the channel for a couple years because it seemed like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker was like the game that could never escape, because there was a Let's Play, and then there was getting around to doing the bonus videos, and then they announced the Switch version, so I got to make like a season 2 for the Let's Play, and then during the uploading, like right when I was about to upload the last Switch video, they announced the DLC chapter for it, so that was a fun experience. Let's go through this. I'm gonna wait until we're like 15 HP before I use a mushroom or anything like that. the berry's going to be your best friend when it comes to dealing with these guys. Because it may be tricky dealing with the Koopa Shell bouncing back and forth in tight corridors. So that's definitely something that's definitely useful advice. Hopefully at some point. Okay, am I just lucky or is it always like this? I don't remember the key placement being this lucky whenever I tried playing through this before. So that's something that's pretty great. Okay. Can we use that? Yes, we can. Okay. I was worried that because this Koopa Troopa had armor that we wouldn't be able to do anything useful to it. Let's switch over to carry so that we can do the Bowser carry strategy. Alright, you get the key, and it's super shiny. And we can go over this way. Aha! Hello, Gaming with Pie. How you doing? We're playing through Super Mario Pit Adventure Trials completely blind. I've played through like half of this before, but I've never finished it. So hopefully we can get through here okay. Greetings, name's Flim, freelance sales freak, owner and proprietor of this shirt. Sell anything, sell to anyone, sell big, sell often, sell now. So look then buy. But I want to buy and then... You don't have any healing items? You're lame. Well, maybe a stopwatch will work. No, I don't want to waste it. I don't want to waste my coins because I don't have a whole lot left. And I'd rather wait until later because maybe you have healing items later at some point. But, yeah. Power stake. That is useful. I'm going to... Let's throw this away, and then let's use the catch card. Yay! Alright. Alright, so... why don't we go over this way? Something that's kind of on my mind. Yay, that one's next to the door! Whee! So, something that's kind of been on my mind the past couple of days is E3. Nintendo's E3 thing is going to happen pretty soon, and I'm pretty excited for it. So, let's talk about what we'd like to see at E3 and things like that. So, lovely people in the chat, what would you like to see? Do you want to see... do you want to see Wii Sports Resort HD? Do you want to see Wii Music 2? What are you personally hoping for? My personal wishes, I'd hope to see more of the Breath of the Wild sequel. That's the big thing that I'm looking forward to. That and Splatoon 3. I really hope we get to see more info on Splatoon 3, because that... Honestly, I'm probably looking forward to that game more than Breath of the Wild 2, to be completely honest, because I absolutely love Splatoon. Splatoon 2 is like probably within my top 5 favorite games of all time. It's up there with Earthbound and Link's Awakening as my favorite games ever. So I'm really looking forward to Splatoon 3, and I hope it turns out great. I don't think we're going to see anything like story details or new idols or anything like that. I think they're going to wait until later. But I really hope that they do, I really hope they announce a global test fire for Splatoon 3, because I just want to play it now. I just really want to play Splatoon 3. Speaking of Let's Plays that seem to never want to end, so Splatoon 2. Okay, this is like the 5th time in a row that the key was right next to the door. If this run is successful, then we're going to, in the Let's Play version, we're going to have like a counter for every time that happened. You are not vulnerable to fire. How do I deal with you? I don't remember how to fire chain jump. A Snarling Tethered Iron Ball is a chain jump. HP is 4, attack is 1, defense is 4, even its flames can hurt this beast. Strong defense, Protects it from most attacks. Try using items and pixels. What kind of pixel can we use on you? Will berry work? I don't know the answer to that. Let's switch over to Peach so we can have better defense with the Parasol. Okay, I don't think that's working. Maybe berry or boomer. Ah, wait, that hurt. Okay, the thing I'm worried about right now is that we don't have the pixel needed to fight this thing. Okay, good. Boomer works. Okay, there's a pixel in Chapter 4, and I was thinking that that particular pixel was the only thing that can hurt the chain chomp, because I remember that's what my strategy used to be when I tried to go through this. And we don't have that pixel yet, so I was worried for a moment. But I'm gonna finish the room before I go through the stream chat. And these things, I don't like fighting these things because they're too cute to kill. Just look at them. They're just like singing, and they're flowers, and they're super cute. But they also want to murder us, which isn't very nice because murder is not exactly pleasant. But they're just so cute. I don't want to kill them. Ah, that's Frogtail in the background. That's pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna use a healing item. Let's use a shroom shake. I remember when I was editing the video going over Fractale, I was like going over like the actual mathematical explanation for what a fractal actually is, and needless to say, that was like one of the most interesting things I ever had to research for a video because, like, even when trying to go through the commentary, I didn't actually fully understand what a fractal was myself. But it's basically like a never eating a pattern that's never ending or things like that. And real world examples could be like, am I not able to fight that thing? Please tell me that thing's not the key. Please tell me that thing does not have the key. Some real world examples would be like calculating the pattern of a tree branch or lightning strikes or things like that. But the example that I used for... Yay! Level up! The example that I used during the video was, I believe, using a Triforce, but the pattern of the triangles were, kept repeating endlessly and things like that. So that's today's edition of Lady Gear to You, 0 / knowledge, brought to you by Lady Gear to You. Alright, so we'll continue on over this way. Alright, read through some chat. Hello, JD Chainsaw. I think I've seen you around here before, but welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a nice day. This game has been in my backlog for so long and still haven't played. Ooh, E3. I want Metroid Prime 4. Yes, Metroid Prime 4, I'm really excited for that. It's been in development, since they restarted it, it's been in development for about 2 years now. And I believe the industry standard for most games is about 2 or 3. Hopefully we'll be able to see something this year. My prediction is we won't see Metroid Prime 4. They probably will mention it, but we're not going to see it. But I do think we're probably going to see something Metroid related. My guess is a new 2D game or a port of Samus Returns. Either way, hopefully that'll be pretty fun. Mimutino, suggesting Boomer, probably for the Chain Jump, and Splatoon 3 info would be dope. Yeah, Fractales are fun. Alright, take care of you. And take care of you. Oh, I was hoping the key would be in there. You don't have the key. These are just like, these are simple enemies. Why do we find these things this far into the Pit of Order Trials? Alright. So as for some more E3 predictions, I had a couple more and I'm trying to think of which one to talk about first. So, one thing that would be like my... That scared me. Okay, I was looking over the stream and... Okay, it's working now. So, what I'm trying to say. The big prediction wish list thingy that I really hope they do for E3. I really, really hope they announce some kind of Earthbound collection. It's not going to happen, but I really, really hope that it happens. Because it's honestly just really silly that the Switch has been out for this many years and Earthbound is still not playable on Switch. It was playable by this point on Wii U. It's like, come on, Nintendo, where is Earthbound? If we're never gonna get Mother 3 Earthbound Beginnings on there, can we at least have the best one or something? Like that. Even if they only announced like Earthbound is coming to Switch Online or something like that, that would be fine with by me. They could just release Earthbound and charge $60 for it, and I'll still pay for it because I love Earthbound. But hopefully they announce like some kind of Earthbound collection or something like that. Ah, you are a jerk. You are not a nice dragon thingy. So I'm going to sneak behind you and attack from behind because that's way nicer than attacking from the front. And I still took damage. And you had the key! Yay! This is one of my favorite things. Okay, real quick, I gotta say, this is one of my favorite things to do ever. Bouncing like this, because there's barely enough room for Bowser to jump. What are some other funny 3 predictions? Although, first of all, we're on room 30. So now we're about a third of the way there, because that's how math works. Boomer card. Alright. Please have a healing item. We have this thing that might be useful, but we don't have enough coins for that. Okay, one thing I'm getting a little bit worried about is that the catch cards that we find here are going to spoil future pixels. If that is the case, and it does spoil the future pixel, I greatly apologize for that. I don't know what catch cards we're going to find in this place. So... yeah, I do apologize in advance for that. And we got a pit key! Yay! Excuse me, who do you think you are? Stupid green square of evilness. Green squares are not allowed to exist in this world. Oh, these jerks. Oh, boy. Okay, the Bowser carry strategy might seem like the way to go with those guys, so we'll continue on like this for a little while longer. One other thing I'm a little worried about right now is the background. I don't remember I don't remember what all the background drawings are for these things. This one is for the first chapter boss, obviously. I think I remember a little later that it's one of the... That's a rude placement for the key. I remember one of the backgrounds a little bit later shows the mansion from chapter 2. I don't remember if how often those backgrounds are going to change. So one thing I'm a little worried about right now is that the backgrounds are going to show locations we haven't seen yet. Because we're only on like we're about to start chapter 5 in terms of recording stuff. Alright, take care of you, take care of you, take care of you, and take care of you. These things take a long time to go. Hey, rude. Rude. There we go. Ugh, that was morbid. I did not like that. I gotta go around the other way. Oh boy. Owie. These things are so mean. They're picking on me and not being nice. Okay, there we go. Machino says Earthbound on Switch would be super nice. Easily one of my favorite games. Yeah, it's easily one of my favorite games too. Owie! Man, we are not in a good spot right now. I did not think those things would be tough to fight, but they seem to be pretty tricky to deal with in a corridor like this. Earthbound is like tied alongside Splatoon 2, Xenoblade, and Link's Awakening as my favorite games of all time. Because with Link's Awakening, it's really a nostalgia thing. It is my favorite Zelda game of all time, and it's the game that I've replayed the most easily. Like, not even exaggerating, I've played Link's Awakening to 100% completion at least 50 times. I replay through it multiple times a year, and sometimes I'll have multiple playthroughs ongoing at the same time. Like, I'll have one playthrough on 3DS, one on an actual Game Boy, and one on the Switch version and things like that. So that's easily the game that I've replayed through the most. Vulturum, oh boy. Okay, I don't remember where we fight these guys in the regular world. Actually, yes, I do. I remember now. These guys are tough. Ah, wait. Stop being jerks. Get back here and face me like a man. Face me like a manly man. Face me like a manly man that's manly. We're men in tights. We roam around the forest looking for fights. We're men in tights. Grab the rich and give to the poor, that's right. We may look like sissies, but don't get us wrong or else we'll put out your lights. Okay, we'll stop singing. Barry's not working out for that. Let's try using Boomer instead. Oh no, we're only at 8 HP. Ice cream truck! There's an ice cream truck! Ice cream! Sorry. I'm sorry, I heard the ice cream truck out of my window, and that was distracting. I could use some ice cream right now. Alright, enough about ice cream. Let's move onwards. Ah, wait. Oh, now we're doing Magic Koopas now. That's not going to be a very pleasant experience. Let's switch over to Barry so we can have some more defense options. Wait for the Spikuma to go down there. Go over here. Take care of you. Hey! Rude. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are thinking you can attack me when I'm destroying your buddies in front of you? That is just rude. Alright, let's attack you like this. Alright. So far, so good. Like, we have had to use a few healing items here and there, and we're not exactly like halfway through or anything like that, but so far, so good. Hopefully this run can continue to go somewhat smoothly. I don't want to jinx myself, but now I probably did! Fire bros are jerks! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Hammer Bros are like run killers when it comes to this place because their fireballs are so small and they bounce around so quickly, they're kind of hard to avoid. And I don't like them. They're dumb. They're stupid and dumb and dumb. Alright. Why do I keep reading that sign? It's going to say the same thing every time. Slime card. Alright. Benimachino says, ice cream, where? Alright, so super awesome people in the chat. What's your favorite kind of ice cream? And if you can't have ice cream or anything like that, then what's your favorite frozen yogurt? Can you have frozen yogurt if you're lactose intolerant? I don't know the answer to that. But what I do know is that one of my favorite frozen yogurt places is this place called Menchie's, and the big reason why I love that place is because their spoons. Their spoons are the Squid Sister colors. And I've been meaning to post a picture like that on Twitter. I just keep forgetting to. But yeah, it's a Squirt Sister colors, and that makes me super happy every time that I see it. I think for a while their spoons were shaped like emoji movie characters because I think they had a promotion with them. But I don't think I've never seen the Emoji Movie, and I probably never will because it doesn't look very good. I have seen bad movies intentionally, knowing going in that they were bad, but there are just some movies out there where you get enjoyment from just how bad it is. Can't exactly think of an example off the top of my head right now, though. Alright, now we have a key. We can open a locked door. Alrighty then. Owie! That was kind of a mean enemy placement, because I couldn't see that shell. And it just like randomly appeared and things like that. Owie! I was looking at the stream chat. I don't want to heal yet, but we might have to. We're running low on healing items. Okay, we should be fine this floor because it's just squigglets and things like that, so we should be okay. Ah, a catch card. A catch card that traps the soul of the enemy. What does that feel like to have your soul trapped in something? If I were to have my soul trapped in anything, I want it to be like something nobody would ever want to touch. Mini Minchino says French vanilla. That's a good flavor. My favorite ice cream flavor. Some places will mix flavors and things like that, and my absolute favorite is chocolate peanut butter. That's like my favorite ice cream flavor ever, and that's what I always get. That's what I always get when I go to places like Five Guys. I'm getting a milkshake and things like that. But if we're talking like purely just single flavor ice cream flavors, then it's definitely just like peanut butter. I love peanut butter ice cream. Alright, let's continue on over this way. Basically what I like doing with these guys is I like kind of trapping myself in the corner with Bowser, but then breathing fire on them so that I don't have to... This is going to sound incredibly lazy, but I like doing this so I don't have to do too much work having to fight these things. Those guys didn't work out as well as I was hoping. Maybe you will work. Nope. Okay, we had to... Oh. What am I doing? We already have the key. I wasn't paying attention. That's the about ice cream flavors. Mini Machino says you can eat vegan yogurt. I'll finish that after this room. Let's go over this way. Take care of you. Okie dokie. You can eat vegan yogurt, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was a substitute for frozen yogurt and ice cream. Alright. I'm not lactose intolerant myself, but I do know, I do have a couple friends who are, and things like that. So, okay. Sleeping doesn't actually hurt you. It's the fact that you fall asleep right next to a bad guy. That can not be good for your health. So, let's continue onwards. Destroy you, and then destroy you, and then leave the pink one to I don't know. That awkward moment when you have a gag in mind, but then you forget it midway through. Eee, bouncy! Bouncy, 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 Bowser, bouncy, Bowser! Alright then. Take care of you. Please let one of you have the key so I don't have to do too much. Hey! Laziness pays off. Woo! Alright. And now we are officially halfway through. Over. I just realized I forgot to turn the game audio back on. Whoops, that was my mistake. Alright, it should be working now, hopefully. Alrighty then. Studley card. Boy, the guy hasn't returned yet, and you probably wouldn't be all that useful anyway, considering they're considering we have a whole lot of healing items, and that's the thing that I really care about. Okay, this doesn't seem too bad right now. Buzzy beetles are going to be immune to fire, so I don't know why I tried doing that. Here you. A courage shell. I don't care about that. Okay, I'm going to wait for an opening. I'm going to wait for all the spikes to continue on that way, and then we'll go like this, and then we'll go like, and now that was a plan that was fully formed, but very poorly executed. Alright, this is the mural that I was thinking of earlier that has Murdy's Mansion and things like that. Alright, destroy you. These things are usually like a huge pain in the butt to deal with, at like literally any other point in the game. But I remember them being very easy here because of Bowser. So hopefully that will continue to be the case as we go across this area. I do believe when they're in their smaller forms, they'll start running off into the running off the ledge, which can make them a little harder to track down. But we should be okay because we are awesome. Ah, wait, that is not awesome. Go away. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try using berry. That's okay, never mind. Oh boy, we are running really low on HP. Alright, so my current plan is that when we my current plan is that if we run into a situation where we do die and things like that and we have to start over, my plan is that we're going to, next time around, we're going to sell pretty much every non-healing item and just get a bunch of mushrooms that way. And then we'll try again. And hopefully that can work out in the end. I don't think we're going to get this in the first attempt. Like, we're doing pretty well now. And if we're careful, we should be able to do this. But I've never been this on my own time. So I'm admittedly pretty nervous going forward. I don't know what's ahead of us, and I imagine the last couple of floors are going to be evil. I thought we had berry equipped. There you go. Okay, just play it smart. Wait for them to do their attacks, and then we can do stuff. You have the key. That's pretty cool. Set up here and go this way. Alright, so how's everybody's day doing? Are you having a nice day? Did you drink eggnog? Did you get pizza? Are you how's your day going? My day's going mostly okay. Yesterday was admittedly a bit rough, but I don't want to go into that. And I'm admittedly feeling a little sick today. Hopefully, I don't think it's anything too bad or anything like that, but hopefully I can get over it pretty soon. It's also finals week, so that's one thing that's a little stressful. Let's head over this way. There's a dry bones right there. Ah, okay. That didn't hurt, but it almost did. So yeah, finals week is here, which means I get tested, study for, and I'm spending my testing time playing video games instead, because that's always the best strategy. Okay, we're never gonna use that dredge from anywhere else, so might as well try using it right now. And I'm going to, that's a 25, that's a 15, let's use that one. I'm really hoping that sales guy shows up again soon, because I just really hope that he shows up again soon so that we can have some healing items or anything like that. Because now we actually have the money to pay for it and things like that, so hopefully that goes pretty well. Alright, let's continue on over here. Destroy you, and continue onwards. There's one down there. Continue on over this way. Oh, it's those guys, okay. That's not very nice. Okay, these guys are kind of a pain to deal with because they kind of disappear and reappear pretty quickly. So they're not the easiest people to deal with. Can you stop disappearing so I can destroy you? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, boo. Come on. He's a cute little boo who wants to be destroyed so I can get out of here and move on to better, brighter things. Can we see them if we're in 3D? Okay, yes we can. Kind of. Whew, okay. Now we have a strategy for that. Going back to E3 things, they're definitely going to announce at least one new Mario game there. I don't know if it's probably not going to be like a mainline game, like a new 2D or 3D platformer or anything like that. I think what they're probably going to do is, like, they're definitely going to talk more about that Mario Golf game, which, honestly, I don't really care that much about that golf game. I've never played a Mario Golf game ever, and this new one's just not grabbing my attention. If they announce a Mario Strikers game, then that's what I'd be interested in, because I really like Mario Strikers. So let's switch over to you. I think the ice attacks do hurt you. If they announce a new Mario Strikers, then that's what I'd be personally interested in. I don't think that's going to happen though. What I do hope that we'll see though is I really hope we do get to see like a Mario Kart 9. And the thing I find kind of silly is that I see a lot of people saying that there's no way they're going to make a Mario Kart 9 because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been selling so well. But every time I see that, I'm all like, that's exactly why they make a sequel, because the original sells so well. They make a lot of money off the first game, and they want to make more money, so why wouldn't they make a sequel? And I know most Mario Kart games, they never have more than one on a console, but I don't think that really applies to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because it is a port of the Switch version. So what I would personally do, if I was in charge of Mario Kart, is... I don't think I've seen the golden one. That moves really quickly! Ah! No! Oh no! Oh no! No! That is not polite. I don't like that. Get away from me! Whew! That was a close one. That was a scary experience. Okay. So... Ah! I didn't think we'd see those things yet! No! I hate fighting these things! They're scary! They're not actually that scary, but I don't like them. They are mean. They keep hurting my feelings and beating up my lunch money. Okay, we can do this. How much HP do these jerks have? There we go. Goodness gracious with gravy. Whew. Okay. No, we're close to a McCabe thing. Please let that sales guy be here. I want to buy stuff. Ooh, a carry card. Come on. Why is that guy not here? Does he only ever appear on the first couple floors? Okay, you don't appear in 3D either. Oh boy. This isn't exactly the most pleasant experience. Okay. What I'm scared of right now is I am nervous as heck that those cursios that send you back to the Flipside tower, I'm really nervous that those are going to be some of the guys that are going to appearing at some point. I'm really, really nervous about that because I hate fighting those things. Okay, we got this. We just gotta be careful. But yeah, with Mario Kart 9, if I was in charge of making that, what I'd personally do is I'd make it like a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate kind of thing, where I'd have the big selling point be that it'd feature a return of every track in the series. Because most Mario Kart tracks have been remade already. So it would still take a lot of work to get new ones working, to get those tracks working on the old in the new engine and things like that. So it's not exactly as easy as we have all these assets from recent games. We could just press the start. We could just press the make game button, and that magically makes the game appear. It's not quite like that, but. So I'd like to make it like a Mario Kart museum, where it's a every track returns from previous games and things like that. Every playable character returns, just all that fun stuff. Now that's never going to happen because that take a lot of work to do. But what I do hope they do is, for the love of all pizza, please bring back Mission Mode. Mission Mode was such a great addition to Mario Kart DS, and they were going to do it for Mario Kart Wii, but then they didn't because they wanted to focus on the online event thing, which was cool at the time, but you can't even do them anymore because Nintendo Wi-Fi connection doesn't work, and it just makes me so sad because I loved Mission Mode, and it seemed like they were going to have some really cool ones in Mario Kart Wii, and then they didn't even do them in 7 or 8. So yeah, I really hope they bring back Mission Mode or something like that. Martina says it's been alright. It was super nice out today, so I took the opportunity to meditate in the backyard. Ooh. I don't meditate that much, but that sounds really relaxing, just meditating in the backyard and things like that. A close example I can think of something I did somewhat recently was I went to the beach not too long ago, and one of my favorite sounds in the entire world is the sound of the beach. Just hearing the ocean water on the shoreline and things like that. That's such a relaxing and beautiful sound. So that was an easy key. Oh no, not those things. No, oh boy. Okay, let's jump on up with this thing. Okay, that's not bad. So yeah. How do I word this? My brain is like a bit too active to like properly meditate, and I know that's kind of silly because the whole point of meditation is that over time you eventually start to learn to not overthink and things like that. I don't know if that's the right term or anything like that, but my problem is that I'm always thinking of like a bunch of things at once, and it's kind of hard to stop, and that's kind of the big reason why I have a hard time sleeping sometimes, but that's not the point of the story. So, that looks weird. Going back to the beach thing, what I did was, when I was there, I took that time to write down ideas for something in a really peaceful environment, and it was really nice. Just writing stuff when you're by the beach. Usually if I'm working on writing or if I'm coding something, because I'm a programmer, if I do something like that, then I'll usually play like beach sounds and things like that, or some kind of really relaxing music. Let's use that. We've gotten a couple more healing items dropped lately, so I don't know if that's going to be a common thing going forward. Alright. Take care of you. Alright then. Aha. Alright. I might not talk quite as actively during this part as usual, because I gotta concentrate on this area. Okay, let's go up here. If we like do nothing, can we like eventually just let those guys destroy themselves? I don't know if that's something that can happen. Owie. We only got 3 HP. No! 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 Dang it! No! That was such a good run, too! Dang it! Dang it! Dang it! Dang it! Dang it! Son of a profanity! That was such a good run, too! Okay. Mini Machino says, beginning back into it, helps clear a mind. Mine is usually way too active, but tasting is a skill. But I totally get why it's not for everyone. I still have a lot of trouble with it, to be honest. Oh, man. Oh no, rip. Yeah. That was on the unfortunate side. I might be wondering why I have 3 save files on this game. I usually have multiple save files whenever I'm not playing a game. I'll have the one that I'm currently recording. I'll have a backup in case I accidentally save the game, and then I decide later that I think I could do the recording session better. And then I have another backup that's just a little bit before this one, so that if I need to re-record footage or anything like that, then I have a backup to go. Are we going to have to buy healing items again? Yes, we are. Dang it. Oh, boy. We're going to have to go through all that horrible stuff again. Well, the good news is we now know what to expect. Alright. So let's do the thing that I was mentioning a moment ago. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go into we're gonna switch over to the intermission screen real quick because I want to go check out something else in the town, in the hub world that we haven't seen yet on the Let's Play. So I'm gonna keep this a secret that's vague and cryptic. Alright. What else am I expecting from E3? In terms of game announcements, there is one really big rumor that has been going around for quite a while that I'd like to talk about. So, I don't know how many people in the stream chat play Tomb Raider, but there's one really big rumor that's been going on for quite a long time that keeps saying that there's going to be like a collection of classic Tomb Raider games called the Tomb Raider Ultimate Edition. The acronym spells out true and things like that. So that is a huge rumor that's been going on for a long time. The rumor claimed that it was going to be released August last year. Excuse me. It was going to be released August last year. And if I understand correctly, it was going to include I don't remember if it was all 5 PS1 games or just the first 3, but it claimed it was going to include that and the Legend trilogy. And if this rumor is true, I'd be super happy because I love classic Tomb Raider and the Legend trilogy is my absolute favorite. So if that happens, that'd be awesome. I'd really like to see that. But I don't think it's true because last year Last year was kind of like a big deal within the Tomb Raider community that, oh my goodness gracious, this is going to be the greatest thing ever, it's totally going to be real, and then August came by and nothing happened. So, I don't think it's going to happen, and I'm mostly saying that so that if it does happen, it's going to be a pleasant experience, it's going to be a pleasant surprise. That's usually my mind thought, that's usually my mind thought whenever it comes to rumors like that, where I treat it as if it's not real. So that if it is real, it's a pleasant surprise, but then if it's not real, then no harm done. I didn't think it was real anyway. So, yeah. If it is real, I really hope they do include the Legend Trilogy, and the big thing that I really, really hope they do, I don't know if they're going to go through with this, but I really hope that they get around to, that if Underworld is part of the collection, that they include the Xbox 360 exclusive DLC. That's my first big wish. My other big wish is that with the Legend, they include the PSP exclusive content, because... boy, do I want to go into the story? I might as well, because we're on stream. So there's a reason why the Tomb Raider Legend bonus videos have been taking a while to get around to. So... the first two planned Tomb Raider Legend bonus videos have already been uploaded, and there's one more that I have planned, which is to go over the exclusive content in the PSP version of this game, because there's some exclusive outfits, there's some additional, there's a whole multiplayer mode in the game, and I've been trying for months to record that footage, and it took a long time to find all the recording equipment that I'd need for that video. It took a long time to get all that. And the thing is, recording PSP footage nowadays is kind of hard, because you need just the right cords for it to work, and you need just the right adapters to get everything working with a modern day capture card. So, after all of that, the big reason why it's taking me for so long is for something that's really stupid. Because my TV, it does this really dumb thing that I can't disable, where if the screen is dark, it automatically dims the screen. Which is like one of the stupidest design decisions ever. Because if the screen is dark, if it's a dark movie or something like that, I want to be able to see what's going on. I don't want the screen to darken. Why is it darkening when I want to see what's going on? And the PSP version of Tomb Raider Legend visually is pretty dark. So anyway, so it's a little hard to see on a PSP screen anyway. And there's no way to display the game on both a PSP and a TV screen. So, that is the big reason why that video has been taking so long to finish. Alright. I'm almost done with all the setup that I want to do for this. I'm just buying through healing items. I probably should have gone through this as I was getting ready for everything. But, c'est la vie. That's French for something. Okay, that's everything that I can afford in that area. I don't know how many people in the stream chat have already played through Super Mario, so that's a big reason why I don't have the screen... I don't have this gameplay footage on right now. Because the area that we went to is kind of a spoiler. Dang it, it was briefly on screen, but who cares. Alright. So now we're back here. We got rid of pretty much everything in our inventory that wasn't healing items. So, that's always fun. Continuing on my tangent about bonus videos and things like that. One other bonus video that's been taking a long time to get around to finishing has to be the Super Mario Galaxy Grand Finale. We finished pretty much everything in that game except for showcasing Luigi Galaxy. And the thing about that is, I really should have saved my practice file for that Let's Play, but I didn't, and I really regret not doing that. I should have had a file on standby ready to record the Luigi Galaxy thing, but then I didn't. And not too long after I finished the Let's Play, in the bonus videos, was when those rumors of the 3D All-Stars collection happening. So then I was kind of like a big wait and see mode to see if it was actually true, and then it turned out that it was true. And then it was a matter of replaying through the game again on Switch, and then we went through it all again on my own time. And something really bad that happened not too long ago was, I left my Switch out on the couch. I played through like 5 hours of Super Luigi Galaxy, and I finished 2 domes 100%. And I left my Switch on the couch, and a family member comes by, and they are like, "Ooh, what game do you have in there?" And rather than just press the home button to just look at what's in there, they removed the cartridge, and I didn't save my game. So that was like 5 hours worth of work just gone. So I'm convinced that bonus videos in general for my channel are just cursed because they either take they either take a long time to complete for things that are mostly out of my control and things like that. So that's not always the most pleasant experience in the world. As it is with Super Paper Mario, um, this is a big reason why I'm streaming the footage to record the Flipside Bit of 100 Trials, because I never got around to the original bonus video for my first Let's Play of this game. I never got around to any bonus videos for that. So with this, I'm using the streaming thingy that we're doing with Breath of the Wild, where. Okay, let me start the sentence over. It's going nowhere. Sorry about that. What I found with Breath of the Wild was the thing that I was dreading the most when recording that Let's Play was the Korok seeds, because there's a lot of them, and I was debating whether or not to do them as a bonus video towards the end of the series, but knowing my track record, if it was a bonus video, we'd never get around to doing it. So that's a big reason why I've been streaming those, so that it kind of forces me to do them, so I can get them done in a reasonable time. So, yay, that's fun. Alright, we're gonna go on intermission for a couple minutes, because I gotta step out of the room for a bit. Let's save our game. Now we have a backup just in case anything fails with this. We have a backup, and we're now gonna be going on intermission. Yay! So it is 6:25 p.m. Pacific. I will meet you back here in about 10 minutes or so. So without further ado, goodbye.
grasp been yet? The real question to be asked, where have I been? I'm a shapeshifter at this masquerade, hiding both face and mind, a free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, what a should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark. Nothing to be found, a mirror in front of me. That's where I find an empty glass, reflecting the truth. It's every what's up to be told. I need the mask. I'm a shapeshifter, apples masquerade, hiding both face and mind, afraid for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, chained up to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide. Your bones, there's nothing inside. When it always me, burning down the walls, is that a way for me to break? I'm a shapeshifter at Boo's masquerade, hiding both face and mind, afraid for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise. Without a sign, without grasping yet, the real question to be asked, where have I been? I'm a shapeshifter at this masquerade, hiding both face and mind, afraid for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, what else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark. Nothing to be found, a mirror in front of me. That's where I find an empty glass, reflecting the truth. It's every what's up to be told. I need the mask. I'm a shapeshifter, apples masquerade, hiding both face and mind, afraid for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, chained up to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide. Your bones, there's nothing inside. When it always me, burning down the walls, is that a way for me to break? I'm a shapeshifter at Boo's masquerade, hiding both face and mind, afraid for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise. telling me what's really happening. Pyramids are nothing, but you got everything, bro. You got everything, but you don't know anything. There's no destiny, I cry, stay here, no more. No feeling, hopelessness, still cause no pain. True vanity, body aching, control your own fate. Invisible, real enemy, bring your mind, stand down.
And we're back. Excuse me. Alright. Got some food during intermission, so yay. Mario's sleeping. That's cute. By the way, I gotta say, I don't think I've said this yet in the Let's Play, but Carrie probably has like my favorite design of a pixel in the entire game, because her wings, it looks like those giant wavy fingers you'd see at a sporting event and things like that. So it's like, yay, Mario, you're number one, woohoo, you're the best, yay, number one. Alright, so between attempts, I went back over towards Spoiler Town to grab a bunch of super shroom shakes. SHs are my weakness, I apologize. Super shroom shakes. I got 3 of these things. And we're going into this area with the mindset that we're only going to heal if we're less than 10 HP. So that's my attack plan this time around. And if that doesn't work and we have to try this a 3rd time, then my plan is to buy a bunch of smaller shakes and things like that so we can have more of them. The super shroom shakes, they're all going to heal a lot more HP, but we don't have quite as many of them as we probably could if we went with the smaller ones. But we should be okay, theoretically. Alright, so I already went over most of my strategies before, so there's not really that much left to go over in terms of what I actually know about this place. So I believe we died around level 63 or something like that. So let's see if we can beat that. It was 62 or 63, somewhere around there. Or 61. I don't remember. It was somewhere in the 60s. Alright, continue onward and go this way. Go over this way. People in the stream chat, let me know, how's the audio balancing? I can't check that during streams. Could the game audio be turned up or turned down or anything like that? I'm a little worried about turning it up because Super Mario is a pretty loud game. I'm not quite sure if that would be the best option, but if anything else can be changed, let me know. I think everything's working okay. I'm gonna switch over to you. I was hoping you'd have the key. What are the odds of going through every floor and the first enemy you come across has the key? Alright, let's go over this way. And continue onwards. Bowser carry strategy is still going to be pretty great across this area. For those of you who don't know, the Bowser carry strategy is basically you get the power of Bowser, but you get to move faster than Mario and Peach's regular running animation. So that's pretty useful. It is still not the best in terms of defense, though. Like this right here, we're going to be switching over to Peach so that she can defend against the evil Sleepy Cloud. And we'll use Barry to attack from this narrow corridor. The corridor itself is probably like the biggest evil thing about this place, because you're fighting a lot of enemies in very tight spaces and play in areas that you probably wouldn't see them in otherwise. Because most of the rest of the game is pretty open in terms of all the rooms and things like that. But this area has really tight corridors, so it can be pretty tricky to deal with. Especially when you come across some of the more tough enemies a little bit later. Like, you saw how much I was struggling against some of those other enemies. Like, I was having a particularly difficult time with the Fire Bros, because they're definitely like run killers, because their fireballs are so small, and they're kind of hard to avoid. So they're not exactly the best thing in the world to deal with. But hopefully we'll be able to triumph over the evilness that is this place. I see a bunch of messages from Caliking Devil, but they're all retracted, so I didn't get a chance to read them. Hello, Mini Minchino, sounds fine to me. Yay! Alright, so I'm not quite sure how much longer we're gonna go with this stream. My mindset is we'll go for 2 more attempts. We'll finish this run. If that's not successful, we'll try one more time with the other strategy. After the 3rd attempt, we'll see how we're feeling, and we may pick this up another day. Alright, let's do that. Yay, we cured poison! Okay, now we can grab that and go this way. Alright, rude. Stupid Goomba, how dare you? Do we get these cards all over again? Like, do we get additional... No, we died, so it didn't save. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, and breathe fire! That was a little too slow. You're too slow. Okay, one thing I want to say, I want to tell a story about my first Let's Play of this game. So for those of you who don't know, the current ongoing Let's Play Super Paper Mario, this is actually my 2nd time Let's Playing this game. The first time was back in 2012, when I was a dumb 14-year-old who didn't know that much about Let's Playing. That Let's Play was terrible. That's a big reason why I'm redoing it. That and the fact that it won the most votes for the 300 subscriber special, where I let my viewers decide what game to Let's Play and things like that, and all that good stuff. But with Super Paper Mario, the original Let's Play, just like the other games we were playing around at the same time, we also did Majora's Mask and 2-year Anniversary on the same time too. Those original Let's Plays were plagued with problems. Not just from bad commentary and things like that, but also because... Oh, I forgot! When you're with Carrie, you can jump on enemies with spikes! I forgot about that! I'm not sure how useful that's going to be in areas with tight corridors and things like that, but it's still something worth mentioning. But yeah, the original Let's Plays were plagued with problems because, not just for the fact that I was terrible at Let's Playing at the time, my editing was terrible, my commentary was terrible, I was just not that great at videos back then, and the biggest problem was that my video quality was really bad. Even by 2012 standards, because, not joking, the first couple episodes were literally just a camera stacked on like a couple dozen books and pointing at the TV. So that's how I record the first couple episodes. And beyond that, for the next good chunk of the Let's Play, I had a capture card, but it was terrible. The capture card quality itself was not very good at all, and it had a really weird glitch where the bottom screen was very glitchy and things like that, and it was just all around not that great. I don't really want to go... hold on. Alright, sorry about that. Family members in the other room were talking on speakerphone, and it sounded like it was an important call, so I couldn't exactly ask them to not be on speakerphone. But anyway, moving on to... Yay! Level up! Owie, that hurt my feelings. And there was a key. Feelings are better now. Alright, so we'll continue on this way. Stream chat says... though there are a few LPs I wouldn't mind revisiting myself. I think this is the 4th game that I've done a redux of my previous work. These are a lot of boos, wow. I like this, so we can escape these guys. I've redone Tomb Raider Legend Anniversary. Those are both covered under the Tomb Raider Trilogy project, where I played through the entirety of the Legend Trilogy as one big Let's Play. There's I redid Majora's Mask because I covered the 3DS remake. This is the first one where we redid the game completely as is. Like, we didn't switch consoles or anything like that, or covered an enhanced port or remake or anything like that. There's a few other games that I would like to redo at some point. The big 3 that I could think of right now are Epic Mickey, Pikmin, and Twister 2. Beyond that, there aren't really a whole lot of other ones that I would want to redo. Like maybe Spyro the Dragon, because I have thought about what it could be like if I were to cover that game under the Reignited trilogy. But at the same time, we just recently wrapped up Spyro Dripple's Rage, so I'd like a nice break before we do another Spyro game. Hey, you were facing the other way. Ooh. Let's get rid of this. Actually, no, I have a better idea. Let's use this thing. Your defense has increased. Oh, yeah. Would you stop making me fall asleep? This is not school. Speakerphone, the best, worst, and Vincent. Yeah. Like, speakerphone is fine and all, but it's not great for when you're trying to record stuff. The nice thing about the Bowser carry strategy as well is that normally with Bowser you can't breathe fire while you're jumping, but because you have carry, like there's technically still on a platform, which means that you can activate your fire breath while you're still in the air, which is all kinds of useful. So let's go up here. We're going to switch over to Mario so we have a smaller hitbox. And let's go this way. I feel like I'm talking about Smash Brothers when I mention hitboxes and things like that. Speaking of which, there's likely going to be a new Smash character that's going to be announced pretty soon, and that's going to be really exciting. Before I talk about my thoughts on who could be announced, if they do announce a new character at E3, who do you think it's going to be? Do you have any predictions? Do you have any personal wishes? I personally think they're going to announce the last two at E3. I don't remember what I said during the E3 predictions video that we did recently on the Collab channel. But nowadays I'm thinking that we are going to end up seeing both of them. I think one of them will probably be a first-party character, and the last one will be a third-party. I don't know who exactly, but I'll get into my personal wishes in a moment after I talk about the individual characters. So, oh, no, this is not a good spot, not a good spot! Okay, we're good. Kind of, except we still took damage. I'm going to stick by what I said earlier when I said that we'd only heal if we're below 10 HP. We're not quite there yet, but we probably will be soon. Let's switch over to Barry so we have better protection. Alright. So, I'm not going to talk about Piranha Plant because that's not already a Fighter Pass character, but in terms of the individual DLC characters, I gotta say, I've really liked most of them. Joker instantly became a main. I really like his playstyle. He's really fun, and he's easily one of my favorite characters in the entire series. Joker is like tied with Inkling as my absolute favorite newcomer in Smash. Zelda is still like one of my top mains, but in terms of who I use most, it's definitely Zelda, Inkling, and Joker. Then we got Hero, and the thing is, Hero absolutely deserves to be in Smash. Dragon Quest is absolutely massive in Japan. RPGs would not be the way they are if it weren't for that series, so it definitely does deserve to be in Smash. That being said, I gotta say, and I apologize to Dragon Quest fans out there, but I don't really like how he plays. I really don't like how random his moveset is, and I don't really like how many instant KO moves he has, and he actually has my least favorite move in Smash history, because one of his special spells is Kamikaze, which KOs yourself. When will that ever be useful? I do believe if you use that close to an opponent, that also has a really high chance of KOing them as well. But the thing is, would you rather have a high chance of KOing an opponent, but it's not guaranteed, at the risk of KOing yourself, or would you rather or would you rather have a medium chance of KOing an opponent and yourself would be fine? It's like, and not just that, but it's also random if you even have the ability to use it. So it's not really like you can strategize using it or anything like that. You just have to use the spell thing, and if it shows up, great, cool. But on the other hand, you're likely going to have 3 other spells that are to be way better. So not only is it dangerous to yourself, but it's also kind of pointless. So yeah, Kamikaze is easily my least favorite move in Smash history. I think it's really dumb and stupid and dumb. But besides that, Hero is fine in Smash, but I do have a rough history with the character in the actual game. Because the day that Hero came out, pretty much everybody online was playing as Hero, which is to be expected. That's usually what happens in Smash Brothers. So everybody was playing as Hero, and I was getting constantly KO'd by the instant KO moves. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll play as Hero, and we'll see if we have better luck. I'm paired up against an Isabelle player, and this Isabelle player is insanely good. Like, easily one of the best that I've ever seen whenever I play Smash Brothers. And so it's still a good time. I'm still having fun even if I'm losing this match. So I'm like, okay, I gotta do something. This Isabelle character is way too good. I gotta do something to even the playing field a little bit. So I do the magic spell, and one of the instant KO moves appears. And I was like, oh, cool, I can actually use this. So then I use that, and then Isabelle pockets the instant KO move, and then KOs me with it. So, like, I didn't even get a chance to use the one move that everybody had been using against me the entire first day of playing Hero. I was like, okay, alright. I'm sorry Hero's a fun character, but I think I'm done with this character. And that's a big reason why I have a bit of a grudge against Hero. Alright, take care of you. And I always feel bad whenever I go on a rant about Hero and things like that, because I have a friend who's really into Dragon Quest. And I'm sorry if I played the games, then I'd be more interested in them. But I'm more of a Xenoblade fan, and I did play the demo for Dragon Quest XI-S, and it seemed like fun. But my big problem is I don't like random encounters in games. So that's the big reason why I didn't really look far into it. Chino says, there are a few LPs that I started. In the past, I never finished. Those videos don't exist anymore, but I've been slowly going back in them in various ways. Inkling is very fun. So I've never deleted an old Let's Play. I've thought about it before, but I haven't. The furthest I've gotten was that when I started this Let's Play, I unlisted the original videos. But that's mostly because if people look up later here to use Super Mario, I want people to find the new videos rather than the old ones. So I unlisted the old ones so that the new ones would be easier to find. And that said, there is one Let's Play that I did delete. I did delete back in 2012. I did try to do a Super Mario Bros. 3 Let's Play. I was going to record the Game Boy Advance version. But it got deleted after one episode because the... where do I start with this one? There was a lot of problems with that Let's Play. I was already doing Majora's Mask, Super Mario, and 2nd Anniversary at the same time, so I figured having 4 Let's Plays on the channel ongoing at the same time was way too much. And I honestly wasn't even having that much fun recording Mario Bros. 3. So I decided to just call it quits before we got too far into the series. The big reason why I started that one was because we were... I was in the middle of moving across country, and my capture card was going to be in storage for a while. So I was going to have Mario Bros. 3 as like a temporary Let's Play while we focus on other things. But yeah, I just ended up deleting that Let's Play. And the other big problem was that I was still recording with the camera. How did I destroy this Buzzy Beetle? Let's try using this. Okay, the timing was off a little bit. You know what? I'm going to try finding the other things to see if I can have better luck with those guys. Because chances are that the guy doesn't even have the key. Alright, take care of you. Alright. But yeah, I was recording with the camera, and I was also recording with the DS Lite, and because the Game Boy Advance cartridge kind of sticks out the bottom of the 3DS, I had to move the camera just a little bit further away from my DS, meaning I had to zoom into the footage, because I wasn't very good at cropping videos back then. And so, with all of that in mind, I was like, okay, I'm just going to call it quits. This Let's Play isn't even doing all that well anyway. It's just one episode, so nobody's going to remember this. We eventually did go back and do Mario Brothers 3 on the collab channel, because James and I did a co-op of it. And I gotta say, we had a lot of problems with that series, because we were both really bad at it, but I gotta say, that's one of my favorite projects we've ever done on the collab channel. I would love to do more like that at some point. Mini Machine says, my favorite experience of Dragon Quest is Dragon Quest Builders 2. Is that game any good? I know it's like Minecraft, but Dragon Quest, but I don't play Minecraft a lot, so... yeah. The thing with Minecraft, is that I know I could get into it if I tried. If I was playing it when it first came out, then I definitely would have been one of those kids who would be super into it. I'd know all the combinations to make specific blocks and things like that. But the problem is, I missed out on it, and I kind of feel intimidated to try going back into it without a group of friends to play with. And the thing is, all my group of friends who do play Minecraft, like the people that I talk to the most who do play Minecraft, who do still play Minecraft, they play on Java and I play on Switch, and they can't play together. And I don't really want to download the Java version because I already have it on Switch, and I'd rather just have it on the one console. And the thing about that is that if you want to play together, either I have to get Java, which I don't want to do, or they'll have to start making a new world from scratch. And they've already been building this one world for years, and I don't want to ask them to do that, but I also don't want to get Java on my own. So it just kind of seems like I'm cursed to just never get into Minecraft. Speaking of which, I'm going to continue my train of thought with Smash Brothers characters. We'll skip ahead to Steve because we're just talking about Minecraft. So the thing with Minecraft, the thing with Steve in Minecraft and Smash and things like that is that hey, let's just keep doing this. Let's just keep doing this so that he can keep hurting himself. Yay, you KO'd yourself. Strategy. Brought to you by Later Get It To You. Coming soon to a theater or something like that. Anyway, Steven Smash, I gotta say, that was like, I'm trying to word this in a way that's not rude, because I was really disappointed when it was Steve who was announced, but I don't want to outright say it was a disappointing announcement because it's only my personal opinion. And saying it like that makes it seem like it's the definitive opinion, and I don't want it to come across like that. So I'll just say that in my personal opinion, I really like that trailer where Steve was announced, because I had like zero history with Minecraft except for playing the Wii U version. Which I never got a chance to play with anybody. So, like, again, with the curse of never being able to get into Minecraft with friends and things like that. So, the big thing that really disappointed me about the trailer was not necessarily for the character itself, but more so the fact that it was, let's seal it before we do anything. It was more so the fact that Mario breaking into that cave and hearing all those animal noises and things like that made me think it was going to be a Zelda character. I was really thinking it'd be a Zelda character, and I was really excited because we haven't had a Zelda newcomer since Brawl, which is honestly kind of ridiculous. So then it shows the wall and Steve breaks through, and I was like, oh, it's Minecraft. Okay, I'm sure that's fine for people who like the game. And again, if I tried, I probably could get into Minecraft more if I put the time into it. But it's really one of those games where it's more enjoyable played with friends, and I in my friend group, they play a version that I can't play with them with, so that's the unfortunate thing about that. Ah, you can reflect that back at them. That's good to know. Alright, let's head over this way. Minimum Chino says... Yeah, my old videos weren't meant to disappear. I took them down because I hated seeing unfinished projects on my channel. Same. Without going too much detail, I'm on the spectrum, and one of my big things is I hate having things unfinished. If I'm actively working on it, then that's fine. But if it's something that's unfinished and it's out of my control, then it just bothers me so much. Yes, say, but I mainly didn't want anything around that reminded me of what I was going through at the time. Dragon Quest Builders is fun. Some of the quests are repetitive, but it's a good time. Yeah, I can see wanting to down videos for memories and things like that, because I don't know if this is the same for you, but whenever I look back on Let's Play, I think about what was going on with my life at the time. Like, how do I word this? Like with the new Super Mario Brothers and Spyro Troopers Rage, those Let's Plays, they were fun, but I'm also not going to really look back on them all that fondly, because those Let's Plays started at a really, really bad time, because, without going into too much detail, I had just recently gotten my dream job at the time, and I was really excited to get started, but about a week before I was scheduled to start working there, I was told that because of the thing going on, that my program had been canceled and I wouldn't be able to get started, and they had no idea when the program would reopen. So let's switch over to Peach so we have a better defense. My dream job was canceled last minute, and that was around the time the new Super Mario Brothers E-Deluxe and Spyro Troopers Rage was starting. So that's one thing that's unfortunately the unfortunate thing about whenever I look back on those games. Thankfully, that dream job has opened up again recently, so I'm really hoping that I'm able to get it again, because it's not an easy job to get. On a bit of a more positive note, one thing I'll say is that Splatoon 2, I really look back fondly on that one, because that was a really great year when that Let's Play was going on. Because there was a lot of really great stuff that was happening in my own personal life and things like that. And that on top of Splatoon 2 just being one of my favorite games of all time, and all the collaborative efforts that have gone into making that series what it is today, that's easily going to be one of the Let's Plays I'm going to look back on the most fondly and things like that. So that's pretty fun. And now we're halfway through. Yay! Okay, we're halfway through. We're getting pretty close to where we were before. And we still have plenty of healing items, so we can do this. Chino says Minecraft can still be fun on your own, but I totally get where you're coming from. I play Java myself. It's a lot easier to make it accessible with mods and stuff. Yeah, I think is that the reason why that's not you can't cross-play that with other consoles and things like that? Because I don't think you can mod it on Switch or anything. Okay, we found that, so now it's just a matter of finding the door. Alright, is it over this way? One thing I'll say about Minecraft is, I remember the good old days of Let's Playing and things like that, when it seemed like that game was most commonly referred to as the most overly Let's Played game on YouTube. Because when I first started making videos, it seemed like everybody had a Mario 64 Let's Play at some point. in some way, shape, or form. Like, everybody had a Mario 64 Let's Play. But then after a while, after Minecraft started becoming more popular, that was the game that was considered the most overly done Let's Play on YouTube. And then for a while, it was like things like Slender and Five Nights at Freddy's and games of that nature. And now it seems like it's Fortnite. So it's really interesting seeing what's considered the most overly done games on YouTube. We need HP yesterday. Okay. I'm kind of hoping we don't level up soon, because that's going to refill our HP, and I feel like I would have wasted the shroom. Okay, good. We can do this. We can do this. We can do it, we can help the Cinderella. It just says, that's rough. I started my channel during college. I was struggling a lot since that was my first experience outside the blind school since I was 6. Yeah. I was homeschooled most of my life, like, I had been public schooled a couple times and things like that, but like college was really the first time that I'd really been exposed to a consistent public school setting since like 1st grade, and that was certainly an interesting experience. Should I talk about my first day of college? Because that's an interesting story. Sure, why not? So, my first day of college, you know how whenever you're going to a new school and things like that, you always worried that the worst possible thing can happen and things like that? Like, you get called on by the teacher immediately and all that stuff. So, my worst scenario, one of my worst scenarios for a first day of school did happen, because, it was a spring term, and this day was particularly hot, but I like to keep a jacket on if I can, because I get cold easily and things like that, and it just feels nice having a jacket on just in general. I really like jackets, and I left my jacket on in a hot schoolroom, and it was that was not a good idea. That, on top of the fact that I had not been drinking enough water that day, I was really dehydrated, and I was overheating. And so, literally the first day of college, I fainted. Teachers doing roll call, asking everybody's names and things like that, and I'm feeling myself getting a little lightheaded, and slowly, like slow motion, I feel myself kind of like drifting towards my desk, and then I don't know how long I was out, but I like actually literally fainted. And so I wake up, and I'm surrounded by everybody. I'm on the floor, and everybody's looking at me. The teacher is there. Everybody's looking down on me to see if I'm okay and things like that. So I'm kind of having like a slight panic attack because I'm surrounded by people I don't know. And a part of me is wondering if I was actually dreaming the first day of school or things like that. But no, it was all real. And apparently, one of the ladies said that when I fell out of my chair, I actually hit my head on the wall. So that wasn't pleasant. And yeah, just actually fainting on the first day of school on top of being surrounded by a bunch of people I didn't know. Yeah, that's an interesting way to start college. Let's switch over to Mario, so we have a smaller hitbox. I think I've told that story before on in previous videos, but I don't remember if I ever did. But if that wasn't the case, then yay! Now you get to know that story. I don't actually have a whole lot of embarrassing college stories or anything like that, because I don't really socialize with. I don't really talk to people in class or anything like that, unless I'm doing an assignment with other people. There is one college story that I would love to tell someday, but it involves a huge spoiler for something I'm working on. And I don't want to talk about that until it's ready, so that's a story we'll save for another day. Where are we going with this? I completely forgot what I was saying. Martin says, I guess you can't really crossplay modded servers, but I've heard they're working on making Java and Bedrock work together. I really hope so, because I really want to play Minecraft with other people. And you're saying, oh no, to the thing. Yeah, it... yeah, that was kind of embarrassing at the time, like actually fainting in college, but it's... Not, looking back on it, it was pretty funny, and everybody was really nice afterwards. They were understanding of the situation, and there was something else I wanted to add, but then I forgot. One other fun story. This is very stupid, but one of my favorite days that happened when I was at that school was that there's a vending machine that the lock thing that dispenses the soda. It didn't always work well. What's this thing do? Mystery box. Oh yeah, that's just what I needed. I sound sarcastic, but I'm not being sarcastic. That's generally what I needed. But yeah, the bar thingy that would dispense the soda when you paid for it. For this particular vending machine, it was broken. So it was quite often where I'd pay for a drink between class, and it would dispense more than one. So there's one day where I literally only paid for like one drink, and it dispenses 4 sodas. And it was like the best day of my life. So I got like 3 extra sodas and things. Unfortunately, they did eventually get around to fixing it, because I'm pretty sure they didn't like losing a lot of money on a broken vending machine. But yeah, I got a soda for myself. I got one for a girl I liked at the time, and I got 2 for my family members I was living with, and that was just like one of the greatest days ever. Yeah, let's head over this way. Go over here. Take care of you. All right, what floor are we on right now? I don't remember. I think we're in the 60s again, so we're getting pretty close to where we're at and things like that. Ah, no, not you. Anything but you. Get away from me. Get away from me. You're not invited to my birthday party. Nobody's invited to my birthday party. I'm gonna cancel my birthday party. Get away from me! Okay, let's switch over to Mario so we can have a smaller hitbox. Because that worked out perfectly fine last time. That sounds sarcastic, but I was not being sarcastic. Stop it! Okay, my timing on that's not that good. There we go, that's much better. You didn't even have the key. Okay. Alright, our strategy has been working pretty well so far, where we only use the health if we're below 10 HP. We're at that right now, so when we get the chance, we're gonna heal up. One of my favorite things about that first college was that, for those of you who don't know, I'm a programming major. I've been studying programming for a couple years now, and I'm pretty good. I'm pretty decent at it. I know GameMaker language. I know C#. I know a little bit of C++. I know Swift. The one that I'm most experienced with is easily GameMaker language and C#, although I'm a little bit rusty on that one. And I'm terrible at C++. I really don't like using that language. But yeah, the really cool thing was that my first programming teacher, she did this really cool thing where if you went to video game conventions or anything like that, or just conventions in general, and you went to any kind of panel that would go over game development or anything like that, if you had proof that you went there, you'd get extra credit. So the times I'd go to PAX and would vlog my time there, that'd actually bump up my grade by a whole letter and things like that, which was super cool. It was like easily one of my favorite things ever. Okay, let's heal before we forget again. That should be good for now. I think we're getting pretty close to a level up, so I don't want to use too many healing items right now, because I think we are going to level up pretty soon. Okay, let's head up here. We can do this, we can do this. Okay, we got you. And now we can continue onwards. Alright. That was an easy key. Alright, is everything on stream chat? When Chino says, I never really talked that much with people in college. I mean, I don't in general mostly, but people couldn't get past the blind thing. Like, I get not knowing stuff, but people are super rude. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I did make one friend, though. She's super fun. I still chat with her from time to time. It really bothers me when people that can't get over something about a person and things like that. I don't really know what the best way to word that is, but I've known people who were kind of mean to me because I was on the spectrum and things like that. And it's never a pleasant experience. Okay. I know I told this one story before, but I don't want to go too much into it because it's not a pleasant story, and I've already talked about it in a previous stream. But there was one teacher that I had who was like super transphobic, and without going into too much detail, there was this one friend I had in a class who identified as a male, and he was like one of the nicest people that I ever knew. But the teacher kept calling him a girl, and you could see that he was like completely devastated whenever that happened, and it was never a good thing to see. Like, there are people that would constantly correct this teacher, saying, "Hey, can you not do that? That's not this person's identity. That's not how they identify," and things like that. You know you're being rude, right? But I think there was one time where the teacher actually kicked out a student from class because they were trying to correct that. I don't think this teacher works there anymore. I think they did get fired at one point. I don't know off the top of my head because I don't go to that school anymore. But let's heal before we die. But yeah, that was not a pleasant thing to see. I don't know what happened to that one. I don't know what happened to that friend because we kind of lost touch. But I really hope he was doing better because he really was one of the nicest people that I knew. All right, let's head over this way, and let's go this way. And now, okay, where are we right now? Woo! Room 70. We're doing pretty well. Fleep card. All right. Okay, so I'm just gonna assume that one shop guy just never returns. Not that he's really all that useful though, because he like has no healing items whatsoever, and the items that he does have are super expensive and stupid. So I have no idea what to expect going forward from here. I don't think I've ever gotten this far in the Pit of 100 Trials, so I'm really nervous about this, but it's going to be okay. We can do this. Alright, let's be smart about this. Let's lure you away to safety so we can destroy you. Alright, we got this. We got this. We got it. We got it. We so got it. Alright, good to that. Take care of you. Okay. I'm kind of surprised the mirror on the background hasn't changed yet, because you think it would have changed by now, but I guess it hasn't yet. Okay, I guess you're just not going to do that. Okay, let's switch over to Mario. For you. Yeah, boy. How am I gonna get up there? Oh, so now you start moving. Gee, thanks. Thankfully, we have carry, so we can jump on those guys without having to worry about anything. Because carry lets you jump on spiky things. So that's pretty nice. Alright. Yes. Owie! Okay. No. Okay. We got this. We got it. We got it. We got it. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We are awesome, and things like that. We are awesome, and we drink eggnog, and we have a mustache, and I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, it's this room. That's not gonna be pleasant. I know I mentioned this earlier, but I am nervous that there's gonna be one of those cursors that send you back to the Flipside tower somewhere in here. I really, really hope that's not the case, because that would just be mean. I already hate finding that thing normally, but having it in a place like this, where if you die once, you have to go all the way back anyway, yeah, not very pleasant at all. Do you have the key yet? We don't have the key, so by process of elimination, you have the key. Aha, that's how logic works. Mimachino says, yeah, to blame a friend has a CP, and she got lots of rude comments because she uses a wheelchair as like sort of friend. It confuses me why people think it's okay to sort of people like that. Yeah, it's like, I really don't understand. Okay, getting into a serious topic real quick. I really don't understand discrimination, like how anybody can hate anybody ever or anything like that. Like, I legit don't understand how people can do that. And it's like, it's okay. How do I word this? It's not that hard to remember a person's pronouns. Like, if somebody asks you to refer to themselves with certain pronouns and things like that, it's not that hard to remember. It's not that hard to remember. It takes like zero effort, and it's just, and you're just showing yourself to be a jerk if you're going out of your way to not use a pronoun they prefer and things like that. That's not the right term. I apologize. Not use a pronoun that they use. All right. Okay, we got the key now. That's good. Alright, let's head this way and go over here. Yay, squeaky chair. Alright, take care of you and go this way. So on the topic of stuff like that, happy Pride Month, everyone. Yeah, this Pride Month is pretty somewhat noteworthy because it's the first time that I ever came out as Ace and things like that. I don't think I've ever talked about that in one of my own videos, but I think we briefly talked about it during one of Mini Machino's streams and things like that. But yeah, that's pretty fun. Let's go over there, and we have the pit key. I remember when SpongeBob was coming out. I think the creator of that show said that SpongeBob was Ace and things like that, which is pretty fun. Ah, no, get away from me. Hey, the background is for Francis now. That's pretty cool. And yay, level up! On a bit of a personal note, when it comes to coming out as Ace and things like that, I gotta say, I really do appreciate people who are really nice and supportive when I revealed that on Twitter and things like that. because I'd gotten some messages from friends and things like that. And they're all like really supportive, so I really do appreciate all the kind words and things like that. Like I was kind of a nervous wreck when I was scheduling that tweet and things like that. But yeah, I really do appreciate all the kind words. Oh, this area doesn't have the pipes on the top areas. That's interesting. Okay, I'm getting admittedly a little bit nervous because we are running really low on healing items. Excuse me, that was a disgusting noise. Okay, it's lost cause trying to go that way. Let's flip to 3D so we can go downwards. And try going this way. That's not going to work because we can't go around that way. Okay, there's a pipe up there. We could try that instead. Man, they're just changing all the pipe locations. This... I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all, and now I'm a little nervous. Oh boy. You know, I will say, I'm really glad that we are doing this blind, because, what was I saying? I'm really glad that we're doing this blind because, it's just kind of fun seeing all this for the first time. So, yeah, that's pretty fun. If I were to let's play another Paper Mario game, I definitely want to do something like this again, because I know the other Paper Mario games have something like this. I don't know if that's the case for the original game. I know Thousand Year Door does. I don't know if the new games do, though. I definitely know Sticker Star doesn't, because Sticker Star is, well, not good. But... yeah, I think the closest thing we ever came to something like this from a previous Let's Play was when we did the Savage Labyrinth and the Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD, which that was a pretty fun video to record. The Savage Labyrinth is actually a lot difficult, and so far this one hasn't been that tricky either. It's just that there are some enemies that I haven't expected to show up here. Ow, that hurt. Like these skeleton enemies right here, they don't actually appear until like 3 chapters from where we're currently at. So they're pretty unexpected. Room 80. And that couch card spoiled something. Except pretend you didn't see the name of it. Yeah, it is unfortunate people treat people like that. I mean, you know. I just don't understand it. Like, I don't understand why people would treat other people like that. One thing that especially confuses me is, like, if you're doing a stream, one thing I don't understand is how people get people's pronouns wrong when they have like a little caption on screen saying what their pronouns are. Like, I've been thinking about doing that for myself, even though I'm not trans or anything like that, because I've heard that if cis people do that, it kind of helps it feel more natural for the LGBT community and things like that. So I've been thinking about putting my pronouns on stream chat. I'll probably do that once I get the border set up for future streams. So, yeah, I don't understand how people still get pronouns wrong intentionally when it's like on the screen. It's like you're intentionally going out of the way to be a jerk at that point. That's just not nice. Alright, so over this way. And destroy you. Aha. Oh, we already had the key. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing when I'm going through here, and I forget that we already got the key. And so I'm just destroying every enemy that I can see, and things like that. Let's destroy you. Let's use carry, because that might be a good idea. And now my voice is deep and sexy. Alright. These guys are kind of a lot to deal with. This is a little overwhelming, but I hope we'll be able to do it. Eh boy. Eh boy. And no. And no. Watch, these guys don't even have the key or anything like that. Oh, we do. Yay! I'm right. I'm always right, unless I'm left. Or middle. Sometimes I'm sideways. Ah! Ouch, that hurt. Oh boy. We only have one healing item left. I don't want to use it right now because this isn't a tough room. Let's use this. Alright. Reflect! Yes! It's kind of amusing that one only actually damages the enemy when you reflect it. Because those sleep clouds don't actually damage you. As far as I know. So that's pretty amusing. Alright. So, this character design, I gotta say, I know I talked about this story already during the Let's Play, and this might not be the most appropriate thing to bring up, but I have to be honest. Oh boy. No, I should have used the Ice Storm. That would have been much better. Okay. Well, it won't make sense. It won't make sense to bring it up now because those enemies are off screen. If they show up again, then I'll bring it up again. But let's just say those enemies have a pretty interesting character design. I know I've already talked about it in a previous episode, but it's kind of not a good idea to assume that everybody's caught up on the Let's Play. I think we're somewhere around the 10-hour mark for the Let's Play or something like that. I don't know off the top of my head how what the series length is currently. I know Breath of the Wild, that Let's Play, in terms of video length for the playlist, Breath of the Wild is currently at 30 hours. Which is really interesting because the profile that I used to record that game, the playtime for that is at 130 hours. So there's literally 100 hours worth of gameplay that hasn't been shown in the videos. That's mostly because the Korok videos, those are easily a good chunk of those hours, and those are edited down into a montage. But with the other good chunk of that's probably just it's probably just like practice recordings and things like that, because I usually do a practice recording, like a practice playthrough of what I'm going to be recording before I actually start recording, so that I'm more familiar with the area that we're about to play through, and so I don't have to waste too much time trying to remember what it was I'm supposed to do. This is not a good spot, not a good spot, not a good spot. Okay. Oh. Alright. We only have 7 HP and we still have like less than 20 floors to go. Before we on. We're 15 floors away from the end. Alright, let's use that. Seems like most poison enemies in the game, they'll usually always drop a dried shroom. So that's pretty useful. You get it from me. That was convenient. I thought I had a dried shroom. I already used it because I'm an idiot. No! 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 No, okay. Are we okay if we switch to a different character? Nope, we're still poisoned. Oh no. Oh no. No! Oh no. I used the dried shroom because I didn't think we'd need it. Then I remembered those enemies were poisonous. We didn't have anything left to get rid of the poison. That was a good run, too. We were so close! We were just 15 floors away! We were so close! We were so close. Okay, one more attempt at this stream, and then we're gonna call it. Okay. Did I save over the... Yes, I did. Okay. I told myself that I would try, again, going for more smaller healing items rather than going for a few big ones. So we're going to try that this time around. No, get away. This is the profile that I want. Miniman says, yes, pride's a big deal for me, too. I first came out a little under a year ago. I've wanted to talk about it on my minicast, but mom's up to me, and I don't want to come out to my family yet. Brother tried to help me. He was trying to help normalize it. That's why I don't like it when people try to out other people. As it is, and wasn't until like this year when I started telling people about the fact that I'm ace and things like that. I didn't really... the reason why I waited so long with my family and things like that was because like I didn't really know what the term was. Like I knew what it was, I just didn't really know what the term for it was. Without going into too much grown-up detail, my case is that I don't have the desire for grown-up stuff. I could still recognize that I do find a girl attractive and things like that. It's just that I don't want to do grown-up stuff. I don't have that desire and things like that. I didn't really know what the label for that was for a while. But then I was talking to some of my friends in the LGBT community, and they told me about what ace was like. And that's when it kind of clicked for me that this is what I've been this entire time. I probably could have talked about it a long time ago on videos. I just didn't really do it because there really wasn't a good place to really mention it in a Let's Play. But this is a more of a casual stream, so I can talk about whatever I want. Alright, so we're going to be selling pretty much every item we have that's not a healing item. Yet again. And we're going to be buying a bunch of small shroom shakes. Is there a better place to buy these shakes somewhere else in the world? I feel like there's somewhere else out there where we can buy these at a better price. I don't know the answer to that, though. Alright, let's give that. And shooting star. And now we get to buy up. No, I do not want to get rid of that. I want to... That's not what I want to do. I want to talk to you again so we can do the thing. I gotta say, I love this guy's character design. One thing Super Paper Mario gets criticized for a lot, and I don't really understand why, is that... does this fully heal HP? I don't care. Super Paper Mario gets criticized for not having interesting character design when it comes to the new characters, aside from main ones like Count Black and Mimi and things like that. They criticize that a lot of the NPCs didn't really have good character design. I disagree. I really like these more simplistic looks and things like that. I really like how everyone looks in this game. It's just so great. But I wouldn't say this is the best character design in the series. I think that definitely goes to Thousand Year Door, and to some degree Origami King. This game still has really fun character design in my opinion. Like, just look at this guy. He's just so much fun to look at. Alright. How much more room do we have in our inventory? Oh no, we lost out on our cake mix. Oh no, whatever are we going to do? You know what? I can actually use that footage now for intermission stuff. Showing what happens if you buy a lot of stuff. Alright. Note for editing. Use that footage for intermission or whatever. Sometimes when I'm editing a video, or rather when I'm recording a video, I'll tell myself to make a note. I'll verbally make a note for myself to do something. Like, there's this opening in Breath of the Wild where Cass is starting to play the accordion, and when he's starting to get ready for his song, when I was actively recording that, I told myself to make a note to say something along the lines of, okay, note for editing, insert Pepsi Man theme here. Or for this Let's Play, for example, at this point, one time I was going through the elevator, I was like, okay, note for self, play the Disneyland monorail sound here. So it saves something along the lines of, please stand clear of the doors, por favor, manténganse alejados de los puertos. By the way, I greatly apologize for my poor Spanish pronunciation. That's like the only Spanish phrase that I really know off the top of my head. Like, I'm terrible at speaking Spanish, which is weird, considering the fact that I'm pretty decent with French. I speak a little bit of French, not enough to be fluent, but I know basic conversational French and things like that, so I think I know Spanish a little bit more, but that's not the case, because they're similar languages, but they're pretty different. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados de los puertos. Like, the big thing that throws me off when trying to learn new languages is that the letter J can never make up its mind on how it's supposed to be pronounced. Because in English, it's pronounced like J. In Spanish, it's pronounced like an H. And in French, it's pronounced like a Z. And in Norse pronunciation, it's pronounced like a Y. Like when you're trying to say Jormungandr and things like that. The letter J can never make up its mind on what it wants to be. So... Alright, let's switch over to Terry. And we're gonna save our game because why not? Imagino says that's totally fair. I'm the same way basically. Wish I figured it out sooner. Would have literally up to me avoid a good bit of yeah. I don't know much about what was going on with that situation. I don't want to ask because I know it can be difficult and things like that. But without going into too much detail, I've been through my own things, and I would just want to say you're very brave for getting out of a situation like that. Imagino, you're super awesome, and everybody in the chat tell her she's awesome. Alright, let's head over here. Hello, Goomba. Gonna destroy. Ah, yay! It was the first enemy with the key again. Whee! Okay, I gotta say, what's with this stream for Super Paper Mario being the one that has like a lot of serious topics? My commentary is usually pretty lighthearted and things like that, but we've gone over some serious stuff during the stream. Alright, so we're here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I just thought. There was another E3 prediction that I didn't get a chance to talk about before that I really want to talk about now. It's locked because we don't have the key. So, I really hope that Pikmin 4 gets shown off at E3 this year. I really do, because Pikmin 3 Deluxe came out last year, and I kind of get the feeling that that was like Nintendo's way to see if people were still interested in Pikmin and things like that. Because Miyamoto said 4 years ago or something like that Pikmin 3 was almost done. It was like, that was like 4 years ago. Like, the amount of time that it took for him to say that, and now they would have finished another game by now. We could have been on Pikmin 5 by now, but no, it's still not here, and like, I can understand, like, a Pikmin game probably doesn't have the easiest development cycle in the world and things like that, but at the same time, why do they consistently take so long to come out? There's like a 9-year gap between Pikmin 2 and 3, and we're honestly getting pretty close to that between Pikmin 3 and 4 now, because Pikmin 3 came out in 2013, and it's 2021 now. So we're getting pretty close to that for this again. Now, on the other hand, there was a spin-off that came out within that time. We did get Hey Pikmin, and say what you will about that game, but I actually really liked it. I thought it was a pretty fun game, even if it did have a lot of problems and things like that. It was definitely not a perfect game, and it's definitely my least favorite in the series. But I thought it was a pretty fun game. It was a cute and charming platformer, and it legitimately had some pretty fun ideas. Like, I really like how they handled the winged Pikmin in that game specifically, because there's a few levels in that game where it's basically like a flying shooter thing, where you're flying with your winged Pikmin who's carrying Olimar around and things like that. So that's pretty fun. But I will say, there's a few things that really bother me with that game. And I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to talk about this in a Let's Play, because I don't know if I'm ever going to Let's Play Hey Pikmin. But my biggest problem with that game is that I really don't like the story. I really don't like that you're stranded on a planet that's separate from the previous ones, but it still has Pikmin on it. And a lot of the enemies are the same kind of ones that you'd see on the other planets, so why are you making a deal that it's a whole another planet when it's basically the same one? And this is a huge nitpick, but my least favorite thing in the entire game is probably the thing you're going to hear the most throughout the entire game. Let's take this except we can. My biggest problem with that game is that Olimar's whistle, when he says, hey, it sounds nothing like his normal voice. And they use his normal voice in the game, so it's not like they didn't know what he sounded like. But with all that said, my favorite part of Hey Pikmin has to be the Pikmin Park. And I've been saying for years that I think that would be a great mobile game for Nintendo to do. And they are making a Pikmin mobile game. I don't know what that's going to be like. We haven't seen any footage of it. I doubt it's going to be at E3 because Nintendo never shows their mobile games at E3 or anything like that. But I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with their Pikmin mobile game. I don't play a whole lot of mobile games. The only one that I really got into was Minamo, which doesn't even work anymore. And Fire Emblem Heroes. Those are pretty much the only ones that I ever really got into. Fire Emblem Heroes I haven't played in like 2 years or so, because I already got all the heroes that I would want to get in the game. And they haven't really introduced a new one they haven't really introduced a new hero in that game that I'd want to go back into the game to get. I think the last time that I played that was when they had the Tokyo Mirage Assassins banner in the game. And that was like so exciting for me because I love Tokyo Mirage Assassins. Very unpopular opinion, but that's actually one of my favorite RPGs of all time. That's like, not exaggerating, that's probably like my third or fourth favorite RPG of all time. I absolutely love Tokyo Mirage Assassins, so seeing it in Fire Emblem Heroes and getting it officially acknowledged in a main game and things like that, or like a spin-off or whatever, it was just really, really exciting. But yeah, that Tokyo Mirage Assassins is that's certainly a fun story for another. Actually, I have talked about this before, so I don't know why I'm being big and cryptic about it. So with Tokyo Mirage Assassins, that is a game that I really want to Let's Play. And I know I can do it. It's not actually that difficult of a game, and it wouldn't be all that challenging to plan out everything. But there's been a couple things that have prevented it from happening. For one, it's an obscure game that no one did research on. That nobody archived when it first came out. So finding information on it was really difficult to come by. And the walkthroughs that I did find either had incorrect information or incomplete stuff and things like that. There was one that had pretty much all the side quests listed except for 2 categories, and they had no they didn't have like a bestiary or anything like that. And most of the good websites that I could find for that game were in Japanese, and I can't speak Japanese, and I can't rely on Google Translate to translate things for me. So the biggest barrier for keeping that Let's Play from happening was the fact that it was on Wii U. And how I handled Wii U games when I was recording with the gamepad capture card was gamepad capture cards were way too expensive for me, so I was never able to get one. And like as it is, I feel lucky enough to even have a 3DS capture card. Yeah, I don't have a gamepad capture card, and the Katsukity ran out of business, so it seems like I'm never going to be able to get one. And even then, if I could get one, I probably wouldn't want to get one anyway nowadays, because most of the games I would want to cover on Wii U have already been ported to Switch. And I could just use a camera if there is anything else I'd need. But with Tokyo Mirage Sessions, there is a lot of stuff on the Wii U gamepad. So how I used to do gamepad, how I used to get footage from the gamepad was I'd posted a picture onto Miiverse, because they had a private journal that you could post for yourself that only you'd be able to see, that would basically make it so you can download those pictures onto your computer. They used to do that, and that's how I did Pikmin 3. With Tokyo Mirage Sessions, I could still do that, but because there's so much on the gamepad, that would take way too long. It'd be even more tedious to do than Pikmin 3, which was already a pretty tedious process to go through. So I was like, okay, this game is likely going to get a Switch port at some point. After Shin Megami Tensei 5 comes out, Atlas will probably see if there's any interest in a game like this, and then they'll port Tokyo Mirage Sessions. And then it went by a couple years and nothing happened. No word on Shin Megami Tensei 5, no word on Tokyo Mirage Sessions port, nothing. So I'm like, okay, it's 2019 now. It's been 3 years. This game that I really want to cover someday just hasn't had a whole lot of progress. So, okay. If there's no word of a Tokyo Mirage Sessions port at E3, I'm going to continue planning out this project with the mindset that it's never going to be ported to Switch. E3 comes and goes, nothing happens. And then literally the next Nintendo Direct, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore gets announced for Nintendo Switch. And like, I'm really happy that I'm able to continue working on it again, but now there's a whole lot more work I have to do, because there's a lot more information readily available on the game. There's a whole lot of stuff that I didn't even know about. Like, there's a whole cipher card line for that game. There's the new content, obviously, that came with the Switch version, which is really cool. So all that good stuff, and that on top of it kind of being a big game, yeah, you can imagine that it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to plan out. I don't know when a Tokyo Mirage Sessions Let's Play could happen. I don't know when something like that would happen on the channel. I would like to make it happen soon, but at the same time, there's also a bunch of other games that I would like to cover at some point. It's really just a matter of trying to figure out what's a top priority in terms of what I want to spend time working on. Alright, secure you. These guys aren't exactly the easiest thing to deal with. I don't think we see these until pretty close to the end game, so it's kind of surprising that we're seeing those guys now. Okay, when we get to the next break room, I'm going to look over the stream chat. Sorry, I haven't been looking at it that much lately. Oh, we're already there. Alright. Minimum says, I know a little Spanish, my family's Portuguese. I used to speak Portuguese as well. Ooh, that's cool. I appreciate that. I've referenced a bit of recent events in some of my videos lately, but I won't dive into it on stream. Basically, just did what I had to do then. Yeah, it's really nice that you're able to find supportive people that are able to help you with things like that. That's kind of the case with my situation too. It was a very different kind of bad situation. But again, I don't want to go into it right now. But I was already happy that I was able to be with the people that I was with when all that was that was happening. So, yeah. Pit key. And take care of you. And take care of you. Hey, you have a key! Can this be like the first attempt where we got super lucky with the key placement? Please, I'm asking nicely. I'm kind of sick of seeing all the... Hey, that boo is right in front of the screen. Okay, that is like my biggest... that's like one of the biggest things I'm sad about with Paper Mario 6 Star. That game does have a really great, nice 3D effect. I really do like how that game uses the stereoscopic 3D. At the same time, I really wish they stayed with this style, because flipping between 2D and 3D would have looked so amazing if it were, you know, on a system that had stereoscopic 3D. That would have been so cool. Even with something like this, that would look so super cool, because you could see the different layers of the foreground and background and things like that. They kind of tried to do that with New Super Mario Bros. 2. It did not work at all, because I don't know what possessed them to do this, but for some stupid reason, the 3D effect in New Super Mario Bros. 2, how it works is that they blur the screen the further it gets into the background. Why? That looks horrible! And I play with the 3D turned on all the time, and that's kind of one big reason why I don't really see myself Let's playing New Super Mario Bros. 2 anytime soon. One, because I've never beaten the game before, and two, I play the 3D turned on, so if I play the 3D turned on like I usually do, and I try recording that game, background's gonna be really blurry and it's not gonna look good. Alright, to give you. Yay! Is that really the only chain chomp that appears in the Pit of Hundred Trials? Because it's kind of weird that it's only just the one, because you think they'd pair it up with a bunch more tough enemies. I haven't seen anything within past what we were at a moment ago, so I don't know if more chain chomps appear. This is not a good spot. Let's switch over to Peach. There we go. Oh, I was really hoping that one would have the key. Game. These things are just way too cute to kill. They're super cute. They're just singing and stuff, and they're adorable, and I don't want them to die, but then they do. It's sad. Alright, let's go that. Alright. I was trying to do the trick where you press the 1 and 2 buttons at the same time to go into that menu, and it didn't exactly work as I was hoping. Peach, do not fall asleep. Your final smash is to make other people fall asleep, not yourself. Alright, this is kind of a really roundabout way to get around this area. Oh, come on. That was cheap. That was cheap. Come on. There we go. That one took forever to find. Alright, let's head back over this way and continue onward towards our merry way to our path of glory, or whatever overused catchphrase I say on this channel. Yay, squeaky chair. The thing is, I've been dealing with this squeaky chair for a long time, and I got a new chair, and it still squeaks. Level up! Alright. Don't need that. Have we seriously not used a healing item once so far? Alright. Making pretty decent progress. We can do this. Take care of you, take care of you. These things are dropping a lot of the fire things. I'm sure that's a useful item, but I don't particularly care that much about going on my way to go get those ones. If they drop healing items, then I definitely will try to go on my way, but I don't really use the offensive items a whole lot. Which I probably should, to be honest, because there's some pretty good ones out there. It's just I don't really particularly feel the need to use them. Because if I'm going to be if we're going to be pausing the game to use an item, I think I'd rather just use something that can heal me. And we get a key, and it's shiny, and it doesn't taste like chocolate, and I'm upset. I want chocolate. Earlier in the stream, it was ice cream, and now it's chocolate. Pretty soon, it'll be eggnog. I always want eggnog. Why is eggnog seasonal? Like, who decided that? Who decided that eggnog would have to be a seasonal drink that I can only enjoy at the end of the year? Like, sir, it's yummy and things like that, but still, I want to drink eggnog whenever I want. I mean, I could theoretically make it myself, but that requires effort, and effort is gross. I actually don't know how to make eggnog. My sisters make some really great eggnog and things like that, but I have no idea how to make it myself. I really should learn how to do that, though, because I'm planning on... because I am planning on trying to, like, learn more recipes and things like that. Basically, all I know how to cook is a cheeseburger. That's pretty much it. Okay. Should I tell the story of the first spaghetti I ever tried to cook? Alright, let's do it. So, the first time that I ever made spaghetti, I have no idea how this happened, but the first time that I ever made spaghetti, it liquefied. I followed the instructions that my sister gave me at the time, and I followed them as carefully as I could. But I don't know how this happened, but it somehow liquefied into goulash, and it was disgusting. If the texture of it was pretty slimy and things like that, and my family member who I was giving the food to, she looks at it and looks at me, and they're all like, "Ew." Yeah, it was absolutely disgusting, and I probably shouldn't have served it to anybody. Thankfully, nobody ate it. I don't know what happened, because those noodles were supposed to still be good. I don't think they were going to go bad until like 2 weeks or so. But I don't know how that happened. I've Googled how spaghetti noodles liquefy, and I've never been able to find anything about it. So, if anybody can tell me what may have happened, I really want... Hey, you're not allowed to attack me through the wall. You're not allowed to attack me twice. That's not very nice. How rude of you. It always throws me off when you take damage, and because whenever you take damage when you're riding on carry, you bounce off of it. You bounce off of carry, so that always throws me off from time to time. Oh, you weren't the one with the key. Why can't everything just be the first one? Why can't every key just be dropped by the first enemy? That would just be, like, super convenient. Stretch! Aha, we found the thingy. That's not what I wanted to switch to. Right. You know what? We haven't really tried playing a Slim that often during this, these attempts. So, I think if we fail again, we might want to try using Slim more, or just maybe just use Slim more often, because that might be useful. We'll try that when we get into the later segments. Okay, what are those things? Those are the ones in Chapter 4, right? Yeah, sorry if you hear me occasionally go like that. I apologize because I'm slightly sick, so I do apologize for that. Would you get away from me? Go away. You're not invited to my birthday party. You're not invited to Christmas. You're not invited to the office party. You're not invited to Disney World. You are not invited to the grand opening of Pizza Hut ever. You can never go into Pizza Hut ever again. You can go to Domino's, that's fine, but Pizza Hut is completely off limits for you, and you will have to watch me eat the pizza you would have ordered. That is your punishment. Yeah, these jerks, oh boy. You know what? Peach might actually be a better strategy for this. Oh, no, they blew up. Okay. Nope, not a good idea. We're using Bowser instead. And we're going to switch over to Barry. Ow! I keep forgetting those jerks blow up. Ooh, a stopwatch that we're not going to use. Get away from me, stopwatch! Get away from me! Whew! It is nice that they programmed it so that if you continuously pick up an item, it eventually it's thrown into the different directions, so you don't have to keep bumping it into it over and over again. That is very generous game design. Let's tune on over here, and... oh, no, a second. My sister barged into the room. Say hi to the lovely people.
Hi, lovely people. I has brought Gator food and ice cream.
Yay, ice cream! We were literally just talking about ice cream earlier because the ice cream truck came by, and I was screaming, ice cream!
Well, enjoy your ice cream.
Bye. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Alright. Let's go over here. Yay! Let's get rid of this one because the steak will give us more equipment. More. Oh my goodness, go away. There we go. Here you. And you didn't even have the key. Of course you don't. That would be convenient. But no, you don't want to be convenient. Alright, how do I destroy those guys? Okay, let's try fighting another one to see. Actually, does Fleep work? I don't know the answer to that. Nah, it doesn't work. Okay, we'll look around elsewhere and see if that can help instead. Let's take care of that. Take care of you. If the key is gonna be one of those spiky beetles, then I'm not gonna be a happy gator. Ah, it wasn't. So I am a happy gator. Yay! 'Cause I'm happy. Isn't there a Fire Emblem Three Houses character named Happy? Like that one really hot lady who has the pink hair and she's in the DLC and she's super hot and things like that. Because yeah, she's super hot. Aside from Dorothea and things like that, she's probably like my waifu of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Do we have the key? We do not have the key. But we will have the key once we destroy it from you. Destroy from you? That's not the proper phrasing. So let's continue onwards. We are low on HP. I apologize if you heard that beeping for however long it's been going on. I'm not listening to the game audio while I'm recording these. I probably could, but the reason why I'm not doing that is because the stream on my computer is a couple seconds behind, so the audio would be behind you, and that would throw me off. I love how Fractal looks like he's biting into the platform right here. That's a pretty fun detail. But yeah, I really want to figure out a better setup for being able to hear my game audio while recording videos. I know my TV has a headphone jack, and I'm using a Bluetooth headset while recording these videos. I don't know how to connect the Bluetooth to the TV, though. Yeah, let's look at the stream chat. Nintendo says, well, that's how the 3D works for that. That's kind of funny. That's literally how my eyes work. If Eggnog wasn't seasonal, I'm confident that it would have killed me years ago. I'm addicted to this stuff. Aw. So yeah, lovely person. Alright. Yeah, I'm addicted to eggnog too. Like, I drink it by the gallon when it's on sale and things like that. And eggnog is pretty expensive, so I'm broke every time it's the holiday season because I just go through eggnog so quickly. And the thing is, like, there'll be times throughout the year where I'm like, okay, eggnog, it's not that good. It can't possibly be that good. I'm just building it up in my head. There's no way it's the best drink in the world. And then eggnog season does come back around, and I drink it again. I'm like, oh, this is heaven in a cup. So, yeah. I love eggnog. Alright, so as we go across this area, there's one reminder that I like to tell the lovely people in the stream chat. So, at some point during Chapter 5, there's going to be a character who's going to be asking what our favorite word is. So, I've already gotten a couple of great responses for potential ideas on what we could say for this character. We've gotten some pretty great responses, like some memes from the channel's history, or counting from 1 to 8, things like that, and all that good stuff. One of my personal favorites that I've seen was somebody suggesting an Earthbound reference where we'd say our favorite word is rockin'. So, if anybody in the stream chat has any suggestions on what the favorite word could be, please let me know. The character limit for this particular question is 8 letters, so try to keep it within that, and also try to keep it family friendly as well. So, yeah, hopefully we can have some fun stuff. The deadline for that will be the end of the week, because that's when I'm going to be recording that video. Alright. Go you. And wait for them to come back. I guess they're already destroyed. I think they're already destroyed. Hey, this guy can do the thing again. Yay, he did the thing again! Huh? What? Huh? What? Where did the... Was there a shell over there? I don't think there was a shell over there. How did the... Huh? What? Okay. Okay. Okay, let's continue on towards our merry way through our path of glory. And as we do that, we're gonna sing a song. X is equal to negative b plus or minus a square root b squared minus 4 is e all over 2a. It's kind of funny. I learned that I had studied quadratic functions in high school, obviously, but in college was when it really started to click for me. Mostly because of that song. And the teacher who taught me that, she was like my favorite math teacher that I've ever had, or at least one of them. And the thing is, like, she was teaching really high level math, but she didn't really look that much older than me. And I was like, it was like really impressive that she was able to teach math at that level. I think she was in her late 20s or something like that. I don't know how old she was, but like that is like really, really impressive. I feel like if I went through the effort to do it, I probably could teach a math class myself. I have actually done professional math tutoring before. That was a job that I had for like 2 weeks or so, because there was one classmate who was really struggling, and he paid me to tutor him for a bit, and that was fun. But yeah, if I ever go into a teaching degree or anything like that, then I probably could be like a math teacher. But if I'm gonna go into a teaching degree, that I'd want to teach in my own field, so I'd want to be like a programming teacher or something like that. But at the same time, that's probably not a good idea, because I'm still learning programming myself. There's still a lot that I don't know. One big thing that I still have trouble with, even after programming for a couple years, I still have trouble setting up arrays, because every programming language does it differently. And It seems like no programming language can ever make up its mind on how you set up an array. GameMaker language is probably the one that I'm more familiar with when it comes to trying something like that. C++, I could never wrap my head around how to set up an array on that. C# is a bit more complicated. So that's something that's super duper fun. Alright, this is getting a little tricky. Ooh, no. Oh no, we only have 1 HP now. Don't want to have to use another mushroom here, but we're gonna have to. It is mean that they had so many healing items drop towards the beginning of this floor, towards the beginning of this attempt, and we weren't able to carry any of it because our inventory was full. Alright. So, going based off how smoothly everything's going right now, I think between the two strategies we've been going through, I think the strategy of having just a small handful of really powerful healing items may have been working a bit better than the other method we were trying to do, than the current method we're trying to do, because while this does work, I also feel like I need to heal more often. That's kind of eating away through my items quickly, whereas having something that heals a lot more HP, I think that probably is going to be the way that I'm going to try in the future if I have to go through this again. Alright, halfway there. Mimogino says, I feel that. I'm stuck with hearing delayed audio because my setup uses desktop audio. I plug headphones into the TV when I record. You probably need an adapter for your Bluetooth headset. That's the thing. I don't know what kind of adapter I'd need. I'm not quite sure what to look up when trying to figure out what kind of adapter that I'd need for something like that. I could probably figure it out at some point though. Ah, that was a brilliant decision. You know what? It's actually reminded me of something else. So, another big reason why I didn't like how my original Let's Play this game turned out was because my capture card. I'd mentioned that it had a glitch where the bottom screen, the bottom of the screen would, it was very glitchy and kind of distorted, where it would flash like a really weird green bar, and it would kind of like copy over footage from the top, from the regular part of the screen. I don't really know why this was the case, and I was never really able to figure out why this happened. I eventually fixed it, but I think what was going on was that the quality was too high for my computer at the time, and maybe when I was trying to record the footage, it was just too much for my computer's video card, and so it would cause that glitch. But it only affected the bottom of the screen. It didn't affect the top of it or anything like that. If I had like hit film at the time or something like that, then I would have been able to crop it out. But I didn't. I used Windows Movie Maker. And I used Movie Maker for longer than I care to admit. So, yeah, that was certainly a fun thing. What's not a fun thing is getting attacked by this stupid pig. Yeah, that's what I thought. You'll soon be my bacon. But yeah, when I fixed that capture card problem, it caused another problem where the video footage would lag constantly, and it'd get to a point where it'd be really unplayable. Like, basically what happened is it would start lagging really bad, and when it would start lagging, I'd get into a habit where I'd pause the game, wait a couple seconds for the frame rate to catch back up, and then I'd continue playing. So, this was really bad for a lot of projects I was trying to do. And I got to a point where I told myself, okay, I could probably never Let's Play a complicated 3D platformer or things like that. Like, I was able to do about Galaxy 2 kind of okay, but then that glitch got really bad when I was trying to record the last video. And it got to a point where I was like, okay, I need to fix this glitch now. I can't keep working with this. So with Super Paper Mario, that was a big reason why I never got around to doing the Flipside Pit of 100 trials in that video, in that Let's Play. Because I didn't have that capture card problem fixed. And there's no way I could do this with a laggy capture card. Can you imagine trying to do something like that with Breath of the Wild? Or Splatoon 2? Like, I don't think I'd ever even be able to Let's Play Splatoon if I still had laggy capture card problems. But thankfully, those problems are no longer an issue. My capture card setup right now is that I use an HD PVR rocket, which basically means that I don't even need to have it displayed on my computer at all. The HDMI cord from the console plugs into the capture card itself, and then another HDMI cable goes into the TV. There are two USB cords. They can both plug in. I usually have them both plugged into the console, and I use that to power the capture card. But whenever I'm streaming, I use the USB cord I plug the USB cord into my computer instead, so I can get the footage onto my computer, and then I offset the audio by 2160 milliseconds, so that it's synced up to my commentary. So, yay, bunch of boring technical capture card stuff. Yay! Level up, oh yeah! Alright then, we'll continue onward toward a merry way through our path of glory. That's the third time that I've said that during this stream. I've got to come up with more original material. Alright, took care of you. There you are. Except you don't have the key. Where is the stupid key? Key, hello? Where are you? I wish to open stuff. Come on. Here, cute little key. Here, key. Come on. There's a cute little key. I think we could see them if we flip into 3. Don't know what I'm doing. Ah, there you are. That was rude. I did not appreciate that. That is not very nice. You are going to be destroyed. I gotta get better at the timing for that. There we go. Oh my goodness. Alright. Even Gino says I felt that pain. I was stuck with iMovie for editing my videos for a long time. Yeah. I used Movie Maker for a really, really long time. And it wasn't until Tomb Raider Trilogy, which was my 21st Let's Play back in 2017, when I decided, okay, let's see if there's another editing program out there that's better. Because at the time, I'd heard that most Windows computers were starting to move away from having Movie Maker at all. And okay, my goodness. I don't know if you can hear it, but my family's talking really loud in the other room, and it's really distracting. I'm sorry about that. I've been working with Movie Maker all that time, and it wasn't until 2017 when I started to try and completely move over. So the program that I started using was Sony Movie Studio, which is like Sony Vegas, except it's like a tier down. It's a lot cheaper and has a lot of the same features, but a lot of the more complicated edits aren't available on Sony Movie Studio. What nobody bothered to tell me when I was trying to buy it was its biggest problem. It takes forever to render stuff. If you want an example, a 12-minute video that I edited with Sony Movie Studio took 4 hours to render. And Movie Maker back when I rendered videos in, when I didn't render videos in HD or anything like that, they would take like less than an hour to render a 30-minute video. But Sony Movie Studio took way longer. Like, at the time I was editing Sonic Generations Versus on the collab channel, and it was literally like 20-hour rendering times to get a single video done. Which is why I don't really edit Versus videos that often on the collab channel. Nowadays I have a much better setup for editing Versus stuff, but I probably could handle doing a lot more of that. But it's not really something that I do a whole lot on my own. If we have a Versus on the collab channel, James is usually the one who edits it because his editing program is a lot faster than mine. So I was like, okay, Sony Movie Studio, it's not working out for a complete system change. So we're just gonna use it for Tomb Raider Trilogy because that's a project that kind of would need it. And we'll use Movie Studio for Mario Galaxy. And it wasn't until Splatoon 2 that I'd completely changed over from Movie Maker completely. Because a friend of mine, the attacker artist, she introduced me to an editing program called HitFilm, which I believe that's what she used. She told me about that program, and it was like mind-blowing seeing how good HitFilm was. HitFilm has a lot of the same stuff with Sony Move Studio and even Sony Vegas, and I'd even argue that Sony Vegas would probably be like a tier above HitFilm, above Sony Vegas. And the thing is, it's free. HitFilm is 100% free. You can have multiple video layers on it. You can do green screen effects. You can have voice filters and things like that. It is an amazing editing program, and it's free. It is easily the best editing program that I've ever worked with, and it's the one that I've actually done professional editing work with because I actually did some editing work for some of my theater stuff at my college. So, yeah. It's been a really great program, and I'm really happy with HitFilm. I've been editing everything after Splatoon 2. I've been using HitFilm since Splatoon 2, and I don't have any plans to change that anytime soon. It's such a great program. Render times could probably be a little bit better. Most videos take about an hour or so to render. But that's probably because I have a lot of complicated edits as well. A simple video doesn't take too long. A Versus video takes like 5 hours to render, but that's because there's 2 screens going at 60 frames per second the entire time. So yeah, that one, it could kind of be hard to not have long render times for that one. But yeah, I'm gonna still find these things. I have the key. The nice thing about HitFilm is, when the time comes to where I'll be doing another 3DS Let's Play or anything like that requires multiple screens, it's going to be a lot easier to work with. Because with pretty much all my previous 3DS Let's Plays, I was working on all of them with the mindset that I'd only really be able to edit one screen at a time. So what I did with Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon was, I had to remember all the hotkeys for switching screens and things like that. With my 3DS display software, and then I just flipped between the two manually. I didn't really need to do any screen flipping or anything like that with 3D Land. And with Majora's Mask 3D, this was before, when I was playing that Let's Play, it was before I really knew anything about HitFilm. I was still using Movie Studio when I was still using Movie Maker when I was planning out Majora's Mask 3D. So, I used OBS to record that Let's Play, and I made some custom layouts for that project so that I could just flip between the screens while I'm actively recording, so I could just do that. Because when I was working on that series, I was under the impression that I'd be editing with a program that only allowed one video layer at a time. But that obviously didn't end up becoming the case, because with HitFilm, I was able to edit with stuff like that. But I already had all the OBS stuff ready, so I figured I'd continue using it for the Let's Play. I was really happy that the series turned out, and there's not much that I would change with it. I was really happy with Majora's Mask 3D. But with a future Let's Play that would use a 3DS, I definitely would want to experiment more with having more fancy editing between the screens. Can we go there? Yeah, we can. Okay. I was thinking about going to 3D and going the other way, but that would be stupid. I was looking at the stream chat, but then I thought we were on the rest floor, but that's not the case. I'm not going to fight you. I don't want to fight you. You're dumb. Can this one please have the key? Please? Please? No. Okay. Alright, we're under 10 HP, so let's use a shroom shake. We don't have a whole lot of these left. I'm really hoping we can get lucky again and have the bad guys drop them like crazy like we did at the beginning of this attempt, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. Alright, take care of you. Alright, goody. I don't have to fight that stupid hammer, bro. Alright, now we can go onwards. I believe we're somewhere in the 60s in terms of floor count. So we're over halfway there. Yeah, we definitely are, guys. I can read the room number on the corner. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's making me think of that really annoying song that appears in like every TikTok ever where it's like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That song is everywhere and it annoys me so much. No. Dang it! Dang it. Oh, to heck. Okay. We're going to take a break from Super Paper Mario for a bit. Because I do want to demonstrate making the 3D logo that I made earlier. I do want to demonstrate that because I think that would be pretty fun. Actually, you know what? That's probably not a good idea to do now because it is getting a little late. I got to start the stream time. Martino says headphone was pretty great. My system has trouble running it though. I've pretty good luck with Shortcut though. Use it quite a bit. I was an editor on a friend's channel for a while too. Nice. Most of my editing work is on this channel. I've done a few professional things with my college theater. I would love to do more professional editing because I feel like I'm a pretty good editor, and I've often thought about opening up commissions to edit other people's videos, but I've been told by friends that that's not a good idea, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to go through with that. I also do editing on the collab channel. I mostly do collabs and co-stars in the gaming gallery. James usually does pretty much everything else. Alright, so I think we're going to call it quits for tonight. Actually, no, we're going into wrestling. No, well, what do I want to do? How long have we been streaming? Yeah, we've been going on for 3.5 hours now. Let's go on intermission so I can eat my lunch. And it is 8:44 right now. I'll meet you guys back here in like 10 minutes or so. So now's a good time to grab something to eat or drink some eggnog. And if you don't have eggnog, then you can make eggnog. I don't know. Alright. I'll see you in a moment. Excuse me, that was a disgusting noise. I'll see you all in a moment. really
I
funny.
said and I said this calmly, that it's not a Fire Emblem game, it's a spin-off. I didn't yell at you until you said that you didn't know that Diagon Alley was diagonally. You know.
I know what you're doing, Brandon. I know what you're doing.
Ooh, that was an almost good setup there. Almost got him.
Brandon, do a smash!
He's got to avoid that axe that... Yeah! Oh, that has invincibility just like Ganon's punch. God.
Oh my goodness, I didn't think I'd work.
Oh well. Whatever.
Who's a generic sword fighter now? In your face! Come back here and be my friend, platform. We'll make cupcakes together. I won't even poison them.
What kind of cupcakes?
Poison.
Nah, I think you should make chocolate with egg white frosting.
And then we'll poison it.
Yes, and then we'll poison it.
Do you like poison cupcakes?
I'm not particularly fond of them.
Why not?
They're poison.
But that's what makes it yummy. It's to die for.
I am a Stegosaurus!
Dude, for the last time, you are not a Stegosaurus. Okay, fine, you're a Stegosaurus. You don't have to be so mean to me.
Hey, may I just ask you something, James?
Yeah, sure.
Why would you think it's Monster Hunter?
Because they showed like an open field and then they showed a T-Rex. I wasn't the only one who thought it was Monster Hunter. Come on now, why are you singling out me?
I thought it was too.
I thought it was Tomb Raider. Why aren't you complaining about me?
Yeah, I know. He's a Tomb Raider. What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought it was Monster. I thought it was gonna be Monster Hunter 2. So you know.
I immediately knew it was gonna be Mario Odyssey. What the heck's wrong with you people?
Yeah. We all are on different stuff.
Hey, don't you lump me in with all of you people.
Hey,
I
you're the one. Hey, you're the one that thought Skyrim was.
Oh, shut up!
Too.
Hey, you're the one who thought Skyrim could never be on a Nintendo system.
Yeah, suck it!
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I never doubted.
Alright, I know I said that we... excuse me. I know we'd say we'd continue playing through and try one more time, but I'm actually thinking I'm going to call it quits right now, because I'm still feeling a little sick, and we've been going on for almost 4 hours now. I think this might be one of the longest streams we've ever had, honestly. So, yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody who showed up to the stream. You're all super awesome, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Let's Plays should be back on a consistent schedule soon. Finals have been a bit rough this term, so I've been needing to focus on that. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Super Paper Mario will hopefully return this weekend. I'm really hoping Splatoon 2 Splatfest can return soon. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that are out of my control with that one, so I can't guarantee when that one will return, but I'm really hoping that it's soon. I don't know when the next stream will... Actually, yes I do. So, I guess I could take this time to... shamelessly, I'll self-promote this. So, we will be having an E3 stream as well. We're going to be live streaming our reactions to Nintendo's E3 Direct, like what we did during their 2018 and 2019 presentations. So we're going to be doing that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say. I was thinking about doing the, just showing off how I made the spinning gator logo model, but I think I might actually just upload that as like a speed paint thing, because I don't really feel like doing that as a stream. So thank you all so much for watching tonight's G8R stream. Look forward to Breath of the Wild and, and hopefully Splatoon 2 and Super Mario. And look forward to the Nintendo E3 Direct, where we'll be live streaming our reactions. So thank you all so much for watching, and next time, Lady Gear to you. Oh yeah.